Which jobs have the most psychopaths?
Somewhere around 1 to 4% of the general population, but in some industries, they represent over 20%. If you thought they'd be busy
Managers. No. It's got to be like CEOs. Has the most. Streamers. Streamers probably has a pretty high rate of psychopaths, sure. Streamers, maybe social media in general. But I think like CEOs, CIA, yeah, like a lot of jobs that need like no empathy, where you just like fire people, kill people, and not care, like
working in dark alleyways or cutting people up in basements or chainsawing pretty young girls so you'd be safe in your smelly little office cubicle. You're wrong.
Blackjack dealers. Blackjack dealers. 7 card 21. Good luck next time. Reshuffle the cards. You flip a fucking 2 queens. 2 queens, perfect pair. You didn't bet it. 20, I'll stand. You go. They're flipping a 6. They flip 6, 5, 10, 21. Bet again. You got an ace, 8, 19. Stand. They flip a 4, or they have a 4. They flip 4, 3, 4, 11. Flip a 5. You go, oh shit, they got 16. Another 5, 21. Sorry, good. Better luck next time. Better luck next time.
They're far more likely to be in corner offices on live TV or running for re-election. Because while some careers reward empathy and compassion, others reward manipulation, power, and control. Let's quickly understand what a psychopath is and then dive into jobs that attract the most psychopaths.
Making meme coins.
That's in the modern world. Psychopaths aren't just like the villains in movies. More often than not, they're high-functioning professionals living right next to us. Psychopathy is defined using the Hare psychopathy checklist, and it splits psycho traits into 2 major categories. We've got interpersonal and emotional traits, and we've got behavioral traits. Psychopaths have a major lack of empathy, absolutely no remorse, they're pathological liars, they're superficially charming, and they'll manipulate you in any way they can. They're also highly impulsive, thrill-seeking, irresponsible, often highly ambitious, and chronic rule breakers. In practical terms, a psychopath can fully understand what they're doing is harmful, they just don't care. Neuroscience studies back this up too, showing they're simply built different. Their amygdala, which processes empathy and fear, runs on low power mode. You put that kind of person into the workplace and what happens? You suddenly have a predator in an environment built for cooperation. They play office...
Well, they would still experience fear in some way, right? I never knew that psychopaths have a lower level of empathy and fear. But could you have the reverse? Like, who's the guy that climbs those towers? You know what I'm talking about. He free climbs towers in cities. What's that guy's name? Alex Honnold. Is Alex Honnold a psychopath? I don't know. Alex Honnold is a thrill seeker that has a low level of fear, but that doesn't mean that he has low empathy. He might just have like a fear disorder.
It's politics like it's life or death. They see colleagues as stepping stones, and they climb the ladder fast because they'll do things normal people simply won't. As Professor Babiak's research shows, certain careers act like magnets for psychopaths because they offer exactly what these people are looking for.
Dude, I can't escape Anton Chigurh. I'm serious. Ever since I've watched No Country for Old Men, I see Anton Chigurh every single day. Every single day, I see Anton Chigurh. He's like the most popular figure in my day-to-day life.
For status, power, and the...
Who is that? This guy. Anton Chigurh is a character in No Country for Old Men. He's a psychopath.
Because they offer exactly what these people are looking for. Status, power, and the ability to control others. So,
yeah, it's usually like higher power positions. That's why like CEOs are a higher percentage of psychopaths. They're not 80%. It's just like there's a higher... If psychopaths are 1 to 4% of the population, that's what he was saying. Like CEOs might be 20. 20% of CEOs are psychopaths. There's a higher concentration.
Are they? Psychopaths thrive in systems that reward the worst parts of them. So give them status, power, competition, and the ability to manipulate people, and they'll rise.
Well, control and leadership as well. Like, psychopaths are not inherently bad people if they control the bad aspects of their personalities, right? Like, that's one thing that needs to be said. Like, when you think of the term psychopath, you think of, like, serial killers and fucking American Psycho. Like, the average psychopath is a pretty normal guy. Like, he might be a dickhead CEO, but you're not in your head going, he's a psychopath. You're going, he's just kind of an asshole rich guy. Like, he's just like a dude on the street, you know? Like, I think we're, like, mapping it up as these psychopaths need power and control. It's like, no, realistically, they kind of just, like, control employees, push out other competition, step on people, low ball competition, right? Like, they do day-to-day shit that, like, feeds that, but it's not like, oh, they need to fire someone every day and fucking stomp out small businesses to have feeling.
To the top. We're going to dive into the 10 careers where you can statistically find the most amount of psychopaths. These rankings come from psychologist Dr. Kevin Dutton's
Number 1, plumbers.
research into psychopathy in the work.
Just some random fucking job. I feel like if we're going through 10 of them, there's going to be one that I'm like, oh, really? Oh, really? Ooh, police officers. Yeah. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, police officers, cops. There's probably a higher percentage.
Place. If you'd like to read about it, check out his book, The Wisdom of Psychopaths, or watch his podcast with Chris Williamson. Now let's dive into the list. Do you want to take a guess at what number 10 is? 3 seconds. Ready?
Okay, well, see, here's what I'm pausing. Because number 10, like, I think I could guess jobs that are on the list. I think CEO's number 1. But, like, number 10, something that has, like, fractionally more psychopaths. Managers. Not a CEO. A manager. A manager of a local McDonald's. He's a power-hungry psychopath. He loves making you clock into your 9 to 5. He gives you the days that you don't want to work. He makes you come in.
You guessed it, priests and
That would have been the last guess. That would have been the last guess, right, priests?
religious leaders. Just kidding. They're actually number 8 on the list.
Oh, fucking hell. What the Number 8 is priests? What?
We'll be diving into them a little later. First up, we've got civil servants. More specifically,
Really?
we're talking about those roles where they're like the fake police. Parking ticket officer, welfare case manager.
Just fiending on that fucking power, man. Oh, you're fucking 6 inches too close to a fire hydrant. Ticket.
Some fat, miserable, blue-haired bitch at the DMV.
Whoa.
That kind of role. Why do psychopaths like these roles? Supposedly 3 reasons.
Whoa,
1,
settle down.
rule-based power. So authority is baked into the job. 2, low transparency. Everything's hidden behind
Side note, side conversation. That was a little crazy. I saw somebody say that in my Walking Dead playthrough, I'm like overly sexist and I use the term bitch too much. When I use the term bitch, I don't mean women, right? I just say I use the term bitch in the same way that I use the term dick, right? So it's like, when I say that, I don't want you to think, oh, I'm calling somebody a bitch because they're women. I'm just saying that you're being a bitch, right? You're being a bitch. You're being a dick, right? I use them interchangeably.
bureaucratic curtains. And 3, diffused responsibility. No single person is blamable. These guys get to inflict hardship while experiencing 0 emotional discomfort
Or I'll go, bitch. They say somebody says something crazy. Bitch.
because policy provides the moral cover. I'm not denying you.
I gotta rewind.
No single person is blamable. These guys get to inflict hardship while experiencing 0 emotional discomfort because policy...
Oh, you're here for a new ID? Do you have your 6 points? Ooh, that's only 5. Well, I drove 30 minutes to get you. Ooh, you're gonna need your birth certificate. Sorry.
provides the moral
Adrenaline coursing through their body.
cover. I'm not denying you healthcare. The system is denying you healthcare. Dr. Kevin Dutton describes this category as everyday authoritarianism. People who...
No, the DMV is really a dystopia. The DMV is like gray. They have those shitty hospital lights. It's just like 3 TV screens with like B22. Like you're playing bingo, but you're just sitting in a fucking shitty plastic chair waiting for your name to be called.
enjoy enforcing structure, not because it helps society, but because it gives them dominance. In other words, psychopathy thrives in organizations where human suffering becomes just procedure. Anyways, on to number 9, which might surprise you quite a bit. Chefs. Not only are they idiot sandwich
Head chefs. Yeah, Gordon Ramsay. I think Gordon Ramsay puts it on for show, though. But that's not that surprising. I feel like civil servants surprise me more than chefs. Yeah, that's not that crazy.
they are psychopaths.
My dad's a chef. Okay, but you got to keep in mind this video means the highest percentage of psychopaths. Just because your dad's a chef doesn't mean he's a psychopath. It just means there's like, 8% of chefs are psychopaths, which is higher than the average population.
Classic idiot sandwiches. Kitchen culture is brutal. High stress, long hours, sharp knives,
Ooh,
and
the bear.
fire everywhere. Chefs operate in an environment where perfection is expected and mistakes are punished instantly and aggressively. What kind of personality thrives in that kind of environment? The kind who doesn't crack under pressure, who can bark orders without caring who they offend. Someone who sees people as tools to get the dish out fast. I'm not saying Gordon Ramsay's a psychopath, but maybe his mentor Marco Pierre White might be.
No, I didn't make Gordon Ramsay cry. He made himself cry.
And now on to number 8. Priests and
I didn't make him cry, he made himself cry. Wow, holy term.
religious leaders. In theory, these guys should be the most empathetic and compassionate in society, and a lot of them are. But research shows psychopathy often thrives wherever there's power without oversight, automatic trust, and access.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have expected to say priests and religious leaders, but it's not shocking that a small percentage or a higher percentage of priests are psychopaths. Because it's like, if you're a priest, you could use your power in the worst possible way. Like, you have a following of people that, like, beckon to your call. Like, they literally follow you. Obviously, they follow God, but follow God through your word. Like, they go to your church. They listen to you preach. Like, you can mind meld them to whatever you want.
To vulnerable people, and religious roles often provide all three. Kevin Dutton's pointed out that spiritual authority can often become psychological authority, and some individuals exploit that. Honestly, if you want the perfect example of a crazy psychopath within religion, look no further than Kenneth Copeland.
Oh my God, that motherfucker, dude. Well, the jet was so cheap, I had to buy it. Don't you say that to me, you devil worshiper. Oh my God. It's like, dude, you own like fucking 9 mansions. What happened to being like frugal? You know, what happened to, it's like he literally preaches the exact opposite of what he practices. That's the thing, though. It's like, even though I'm not religious, I feel like me as a non-religious person and religious people all agree that like televangelists that just make millions of dollars and spend it on anything are like literally practicing the exact opposite of what they're saying. It's like so weird. Like, have you seen that one televangelist brag about his mansion he was preaching and he was bragging about his mansion for like 5 minutes. He's just like, yeah, I got like 9 bedrooms. And he's like, I say it's like my humble abode. He like calls it some weird term. It's like the house of dreams. I'm like, why are you calling it that? It's so weird.
COVID-19!
COVID-19!
Net worth in the hundreds of millions of dollars, straight up demonic eyes,
That video is so creepy.
and supposedly spends disaster relief funds on repairs to his own private jet.
It's easier for a camel to go through the eye of the needle than for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of God.
Well, see you in hell, Kenny boy. Now on to number 7, the idiots we have running our countries, politicians. Surprised?
No, not at all. I think that's like the most obvious one.
Yeah, me neither. If you take the traits of a psychopath, manipulation, charm, deceit, total lack of empathy, power, status, and zero accountability, and then you build a job description around it, you'd end up with Member of Parliament. In my video about Congress, we touched on how a massive part of their job is campaigning. Well, campaigning is basically just straight up manipulation. You lie to win affection, you make promises
Every politician, bro. I'm going to do this. They don't do that.
you'll never keep.
I'm going to do that. Are you tired of this? Yes. Well, I'll change it. They don't change it.
You convince people that you alone can fix the mess you
They
helped
don't change
create. Remember when Trump said he was going to release the Epstein files no matter
Fuck. Oh, wait. They have the little tear thing. Love that. Oh, God, they reek. I'm probably going to rate this lower than the octopus. I'm not a fan of pickles. I'm a fan of pickled things, not of pickles. Oh, dude, it's the dill. It's not the pickling that's gross. I don't like cucumbers. They're not going to make me gag, but when I'm eating it, I'm like, these taste like shit. The whole time I'm eating them, I'm going, these taste fucking bad. Like, I'm going to give them a 5 because I don't think I can't put them lower than the fucking octopus. But they're bad. Like, it's an acquired taste. This is more subjective than anything else on this list. I feel like you're either a pickle person or you're not, and I'm not. So they're 5. End of story. White cheddar rice cakes. I used to eat rice cakes a lot of the time when I would, like, really take lifting seriously in high school, and I would do, like, bulks and cuts. I would never get the white cheddar ones, though. I would always get the caramel. Anybody ever get the caramel ones? Those would be the ones that I would lean on. I do love the Quaker's chips, the smaller version of these. You know what I'm talking about? Where it's like the little, they're like this big. They come in a bag. They're really crunchy. Those are better. These are healthier because it's mainly rice, but they smell good. Just smells like a fucking white cheddar chip. These are actually pretty covered. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Dry. Only complaint. I like the caramel or the plain ones better because you can put peanut butter on them. You know what I mean? You're not going to put peanut butter on a white cheddar one. What could you put on this that would make it better? I don't think anything really. I feel like ranch. Ew. Honey. Honey on the sweet ones. You're not going to put honey on a white... You're going to put honey on a white cheddar cheese spread? Then why are you even eating this shit? You know? If you're putting a cheese spread on it, you're not even really being healthy. It's like, what are you doing? All right. I do love those. I think they are a little bland, but I love a white cheddar. I love a white cheddar rice cake or a rice crisp. God, I'm giving so many things 7s. Is that bad? I feel like that's fine. Because these are your favorite snacks, so it's not going to be all over the place. It's going to be a lot of, like, slightly above average for me. I'm gonna give them a 7.5. 7.8. I'll give them almost an 8, but they're not at an 8 because they're good. But, you know, I think there's better flavors. Tamarindo Trocitos con Chile. Let me try and say that better. Tamarindo Trocitos con Chile. What is that? Anybody know what that is? Another weed bag? Yeah, this is coming in another weed bag. Somebody made this at their house. God, they smell like, oh my God. It smells like tahini. Is that what they're covered in? What the fuck is this? It looks like poop. What is this? What is this? Tamarind pulp. What is tamarind? A fruit? Why is it hard? That's a fucking seed. Dude, there's seeds all in this. Yeah, they have seeds. That's normal. I know. That's annoying. I'm a big seedless guy. The only thing I like eating that has seeds is cherries. No. One piece of it has like 5 seeds, so I'm just like mushing it around going. No. Tastes good. Annoying to eat. 5. Now, I will say you're probably one of the first to say this is your favorite snack for whoever recommended this. Because I feel like these are pretty new into the game. I see them everywhere, but I don't really think many people eat them. Shaq gummies. Shaquille O'Neal's Shaqalicious XL gummies. They're gas. They are big. I gotta say, that is an XL gummy. That's like 3 sour. I don't know. I gotta say they're better than the regular ones, but they're not sour. I'm not eating another one. When I was a kid, I thought those were sick because I love soda, and I thought soda is like the coolest thing in the fucking world. I used to want to be a soda truck driver and invent different sodas. I didn't really know what soda truck drivers did at the time. But now when I taste them, I'm like, it tastes like a shitty artificial Coke flavor. And they're just, bro, I fucking hate eating these. My mom used to give these to me at snack time when I was in 3rd grade. And I didn't know that you needed to break them open and eat the seeds inside. Like, you're supposed to go, you break it up and you find the seed. And then this is the seed. And you eat the seed and spit out the shell. When I was a kid, my mom used to give me the like vertical pouch ones, and I would just go like this. Dude, no lie. Oh God, hold up. Dude, it's giving me flashbacks. I can't believe the teacher never said anything to me. because she would watch us eat snacks while we had snack time, and we'd be watching something on the TV. I'd be like, trying to swallow them. They would cut up my throat because they're so sharp, because I was just chewing the shell. Oh my God, it was so bad. And I never knew. And it was probably for like a month straight. She gave me sunflower seeds, and every day I would eat the entire bag. I would eat the entire bag, and I would fucking just chew all of it and just swallow them. I remember I had a juice box, and I'd be going, and I would like choke it down. Oh my God. It's fucking hilarious thinking about it. But I was like, my dumbass didn't know that you had to crack it open and eat the seed. I mean, it passes time eating sunflower seeds, but they're not a good snack. Like, look how sharp that shit is. That was just in my mouth, and I was swallowing that. I'm going to give them a 3. They're not enjoyable. I don't like eating sunflower seeds. Now, these, different story. Oh, I got them off Amazon, so maybe they're going to be lower quality ones, but these are peanut butter pretzels, which I think are a bit of a peak snack. I used to eat them all the time. I still buy them today. I just couldn't find them at the grocery store, so I had to get them online, but I think they're all just going to taste the same anyway. Yeah. If you don't know, it's like a peanut butter shell, or it's a pretzel shell with peanut butter on the inside, but it's like hard. So good. They're dry, but they taste good as hell. Rate them 8 out of 10. That's the only, get an 8 because they are too dry. We have 2 left to compete for the top spot, which currently is Gancitos, Gushers, and Scooby Snacks. We'll start with Gushers. Now, would you say Gushers are a gummy or a candy? They're technically a gummy. I would classify them as a candy because they're fucking unhealthy as shit. They're all red. Didn't they used to be different colors? Or no? Am I losing my mind? Shit. Or did I just get unlucky? Oh, they did? Look at the box. Yeah, it's a variety pack. Strawberry and tropical. I like strawberry more anyway. I remember I always wanted the red ones. Yeah. These were like currency. I had a whole debate with my friend the other day about what was like the most valuable candy when we were kids. Or not candy, item. And we agreed that cosmic brownies were the gold standard of snack trade in elementary school. A cosmic brownie was tradable to any other item. Like, if you had Gushers, you could trade most things, but there would be some stuff that people would be like, nah. If you had a cosmic brownie, that was like, you had $100. Like, you could trade that for anything. Or usually you wouldn't trade it, you would just eat it. But everybody wanted a cosmic brownie, which I'm surprised nobody put as their favorite. I should have gotten those. I still don't think they would have beaten the Gancitos, though. Those things are fucking so good. All right. Gushers, I'm going to rate a 9. I love Gushers. I don't eat them anymore because I think they're unhealthy, but I do love them. Gushers are fire. And last on this list, chat, Scooby-Doo snacks. Now, these are the cinnamon flavor, which I believe is the only flavor. I don't know if they have other ones. Makes you feel like you're eating dog treats. So cinnamon forward, but in a good way. Bro. I gotta say, I think these are a 10 as well. Perfect crunch. They're sweet, but they also got that cinnamon flavor forward. Oh, they're not gonna beat the Gancitos, so I'm gonna bump them down to like a 9.7. So that means not my favorite snack, but my favorite snack out of all the snacks that chat suggested today, the winner, Gancito chocolatey filled snack cake. Tastes like you're eating heaven. Boy, they're unhealthy. 23 grams of sugar and 6 grams of saturated fat in one singular one. But, you know, you eat them on occasion. Cinema. Love them or leave them. Gancito's the winner. The loser, I think, is the squid snack. Octopus was the shock of the century here. I'm surprised I ate that. Like, that's in my stomach right now, and that's a little worrisome. But, hey, I'm proud of myself for getting it down. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed that. We'll do another video of, like, a chat-suggested something soon. Let me know if you have any ideas. But W stream, W segments. All right, chat, that was the W stream. are you even supposed to prepare for Jeopardy anyway?
In July of 2024, I appeared on the game show Jeopardy, fulfilling the kind of lifelong dream you'd expect the son of 2 librarians to have. All things considered, it went very well. I won 9 games before losing my
Who is,
my 10th game on a tragic math error.
I haven't watched Jeopardy since 2018, maybe. Like that, Jeopardy's a show you watch with like your grandparents. And you never know the answer to any of the questions, and neither do they. So I never understand the appeal of Jeopardy as a show. Like, I think it's fascinating to see these people know just really obscure knowledge, right? Like Brady said, I love watching Jeopardy. Very unsurprising, Brady. Very unsurprising. You telling me you like Jeopardy is like somebody telling me that the sky is blue. That's like very unsurprising. What I do want to say is, in my years of watching Jeopardy, I have only known the answer to 3 of the questions. And it's always the questions that they don't know. Like Jeopardy contestants will know very obscure things, but get who won the last year's Super Bowl wrong. Like, they just read books, bro. They just know shit. Like, how are you just a thesaurus of knowledge? They don't teach them the topics. It's not scripted, chat. These guys are just geniuses. Like, this guy's a fucking smart-ass motherfucker. Like, somebody said autism. Maybe it's like a savant thing, but I doubt every contestant on Jeopardy is autistic. I think they just know stuff, bro. How? Like, they walk in and the topic will be like random quotes from the 1300s. Who said this? Oh, I know. Bank. The son of the king in this time. Who the fuck would know that?
Well, tragic for me. I think Jay liked it. One of the most common questions.
Bro only won $1,799.
One of the most.
Yo, that's what sucks about Jeopardy. In Wheel of Fortune, even if you lose, you still win the amount of money you ended the game with. In Jeopardy, if you're not first place, you get like $1,000. Fucking wipe your ass with $1,000 in today's economy. You could give somebody $1,000. That's a lot of money. You're flying there, brother. Staying there. Yeah, they're probably paying for it. $1,000. It's taxable income.
Common questions I got after appearing on Jeopardy, other than why did they let you?
It's okay. $1,000 individually, not as bad. What pisses me off is shows like America Says, bruh. America Says prize. How much do they win? $15,000. Whoop-de-doo. 15 grand split amongst 4 people, bruh. Are you serious? A potential $15,000. Lame. That's not, bro, like, I think if you get on a game show and win, you should get, like, a year's salary. Like, I understand America Says isn't the most popping show of all time, but it's like any of these weird fucking knockoff game shows that are on the Game Show Network, bro. The prize is like 10 grand and there's like a team of 5. 2,000 a person, maybe. Like Family Feud, you could win and still not get 20 grand. You could win and still get $5 a point and walk home with $300 fucking dollars and your dick in your hand. Like, what the fuck? That's terrible. $4,000 is life-changing money. No, it's not. What? $4 grand is not life-changing money. Most people can't even pay off 10% of their student loans. $4,000 fucking dollars. $4,000. It helps you. It's helping you in the next 3-4 months. It's not life-changing money. What is life-changing money? A life-changing amount of money to win is like $100,000. That's life-changing. That's you pay off your student loans and you could put a down payment on a car or a house. Like 100 grand's like, damn, that's money. You know? No, it's not. I'm saying life-changing in the fact that it's changing your life. Not life-changing like, oh, it's going to make you rich, right? But like it helps, it changes your life and day-to-day finances significantly.
How do you prepare for Jeopardy? Jeopardy has been around for over 40 years, but one surprising thing to me is that there are a lot of people out there who seem to believe that Jeopardy will give you some kind of study guide for what will appear when you're on it. This is not true, which is fortunate for me because I hate studying. Until you step foot on the
And how do you just know that shit? Like, what? How do you just know stuff? Like, can we look up a random Jeopardy question? Like, I step up on the Jeopardy board, the IT guy, published first, state of emergency, TV, a bill in Congress, and unending. And TV isn't going to be like, which friend, what is the name of Monica's brother in Friends? It's not like pop culture quiz. It'll be like, who was the director of the original Bill Cosby show? And like, and they just know.
Whilst you're backstage, you have no idea what you're going to be asked about. Think of all those famous viral videos where contestants
Tom Landry perfected the shotgun formation with this team. And that's one that they don't know. What?
struggle to
The Bills?
identify basic things about
You just know that.
rap music or sports. If they gave us a study guide ahead of time, don't you think somebody would be able to identify who the Dallas Cowboys are? So this raises a question.
Oh, you guys were just wrong. That's just throwing out fucking random shit. There was like 3 people that said the Cowboys. Everybody was saying the Bills.
How are you supposed to prepare for Jeopardy? I decided to make this video as a sort of guide for what I did. Keep in mind that I'm not an all-time great of the show, so take what I say with a grain of salt. With that in
All-time great of the show, bro. You won how many games in a row? I think if you win Jeopardy one time, you have enough knowledge to be able to tell me how the game works.
mind, I proudly present the definitive guide on how to win up to, but no more than, 9 games on Jeopardy.
How much money did he win? 9 games of Jeopardy? I feel like averagely they're winning like 10 to 20K an episode. Isaac Hirsch, winnings Jeopardy. He won more than 200K. He's one of Jeopardy's newest must-watch players. Yo, I wish there was like a fantasy league for Jeopardy where you could just bet on players. I feel like you could tell, bro. There's motherfuckers that step up there and you just know they're going to suck. And they're still geniuses. You ever see an episode of Jeopardy where like one guy answers one question and he gets it wrong? I love that. He's just standing up there 30 minutes of runtime. He's a placeholder. He's just... They end the round negative. You ever see that shit? Because you could go in the negative. Yo, they should make it like high risk, high reward. You have to pay Jeopardy if you end in the negative. That would be awesome. Like, everybody would be so scared to answer the questions. You're just like... And going into Double Jeopardy, we have Ryan with negative $10,000. He's just like shit himself. There's like a 7-foot security guard standing behind him. He's just nervous.
Presumably, if you're interested in appearing on Jeopardy in the first place, you're at least a little interested in learning things and you know some stuff already. Although if you're not interested in learning things and you know nothing and you still want to appear on Jeopardy, I respect the hustle. It can be intimidating because Jeopardy can ask about literally anything. While Jeopardy can theoretically ask about everything, it can't literally ask about everything. There are certain things Jeopardy simply won't ask about because they're too obscure to reasonably expect contestants to know. For example, Jeopardy basically never asks about one of my favorite authors, the British spy novelist Eric Ambler, because not many people read his books nowadays and he's just not considered that important. So there's really only a limited...
Okay, like they're still asking such obscure things. What do you mean? They don't ask about Eric Ambler. Dude, they're asking about like random passages of Shakespeare. Like just, I know he's popular, but like who knows that?
Number of things that Jeopardy will expect people to know and therefore ask about, and that limited number of things we'll call the canon, with one N, not like a weapon. There's no definitive guide as to what's in the canon, but the more you watch Jeopardy, the more you get a general sense for what it is. There are certain things that come up so often that you must...
What's like a thing that you would really need to know? History. Historical knowledge is really important. What else? Like how law, but that's history. That like encompasses history. Sports, I feel like they don't really ask a lot about. Random pop culture stuff, but like really really like artsy fartsy pop culture shit.
Must know them as a prerequisite for appearing on the show. World capitals, Shakespeare's plays, the presidents and where they're from, etc.
The presidents and where they're from. Yeah, where was Woodrow Wilson born?
One way to figure out what Jeopardy will ask about is to look at what they've asked about in the past. There's a wonderful website, j-archive.com, that has
recent Final Jeopardy. This author's wish to use different ink colors to represent multiple point of views was granted in 2012, 83 years after the novel's publication. Gun to my head, that's going off 1,000,000 times before I get that. This author showed that abysses may exist inside a governess. A heroine? Heroine? What the fuck? This author showed that abysses may exist inside a governess, a heroine who was a commonplace spinster. Heroine. Am I saying that wrong? That word is heroin. The drug. Heroine? A female hero. They should change the name of that. The spelling of a female hero is the same spelling of a drug that people inject in themselves with dirty needles.
Officer Jagger calls to check the police records.
Yo, I wish I had that mentality, bro. Because there's been so many times where I am up at a casino and I keep gambling and then I lose it all. Like, if you have a hard set, this guy has a hard set limit that he leaves. Wow. And then it's like a refresh, new area. If you lose it, all right, you're even, whatever. Versus, like, dude, if I pull up with like $500, I'm not leaving unless I'm up like $2,000. Like, bro, because I'm like, yo, I'm not walking out of the casino up $100. If I come in with 5 and I'm up 100, what a lame ass fuck it. I leave the casino, yeah, really cashed out big today. Really ran them for their money. I profited 1/5 of what I came in with.
I
gotta be up double.
Precarious situation. I'm trying to positively identify somebody who may or may have or may be using a fake ID. So I've got 2 names, 2 Nevada driver's license.
What's the most you've ever won? Online gambling or regular gambling? Most I've ever lost in a day, $2,000. Most I've ever won in a day, $2,500. I'm not like Aiden Ross, bro, or XQC. I'm not like going out there fucking throwing 100K on the table. I'll be up or down like $1,000.
Numbers and all that. If there's a chance.
You lost 8K to Jason. That doesn't count. That's not, bro, I'm saying casino gambling. Yes, okay, all time, yeah, I lost $8,000 to Jason the Ween. All right, fucking, yeah, we gotta always bring that up every other fucking day. Yes, I lost $8,000 to Jason the Ween. On a bet. It was a bet. It was gambling. Yes. Fine, sure. I lost $8,000.
So I could have you run both and see if any of them come back and maybe send me
And the YouTube video did terrible, so I didn't make the money back.
pictures.
I did not make that money back.
In an email of what their IDs come back as?
Yep.
Huh. That is super weird. Do you see resemblance in those?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is.
But yeah, they're the 83.
Are you up or down all time? What a stupid question. Buddy, down. Down. Are you kidding me? I don't even know how much I'm down. Down. Surely. Fucking what the hell? If I go into a casino, if I gamble, there's like a 1 in 4 chance I'm going up. Like I'm leaving up. There's like a 1 in 2 I'll be up at any point, but then I'll keep gambling and lose it.
Yeah.
That's super weird. So I have a feeling these are both the same guy, but he has different IDs. That's crazy. Because their software here, they have this facial recognition software here at the Peppermill.
Why would he go through all of it? If he got trespassed for, like, cheating, I would get him having a fucking fake ID to, like, scam the system, go back into Peppermill, and keep gambling. Why the fuck would he get a fake ID so he could go gamble at a casino that he got kicked out of for fucking falling asleep? Why would anyone do that?
And he came back as a 100% match for the character who was previously trespassed.
Yeah.
So this is definitely a weird one. So I have a feeling he's somehow making some fake identification or something. But, I mean, if you're pulling them up, then they're legitimate.
Yeah, they're both through the DMV at least. He's somehow able to get them.
Because it's 2 different people. Oh my God, yo, these people should not be cops. Holy fuck. What? Yo, because they're two different people, bro. Yeah, dude, these are both two real IDs, both registered at the DMV. You can't fake that shit. If they're both at the DMV, bro, you have to fucking borderline do a blood sacrifice to get a fucking ID at a DMV. Are you kidding me? You go into a DMV, you need every fucking thing you've ever done in your entire life on a fucking pen and paper to hand that over so you can get a fucking ID.
This discovery that both Michael and Jason's IDs are legitimate, Officer Jagger calls his supervisor, once again explaining that the Peppermills AI technology came back with a 100% match that Jason and Michael are the same person.
Then this guy that they have now detained presents a different ID with a different name, Jason Killinger, and that has a matching photo for him now. I mean, the photos are different photos, but they look like the same exact guy. The only difference is one has a chin goatee.
One has a chin goatee, bro. They look so different. They look so different, bro. You think if you shave, bro, this guy looks at least 15 years older. At least.
That both
But definitely super weird. So all of these driver's licenses are both valid. So either he is who he says he is, and he's not actually ever actually trespassed, which I doubt because their software is pretty cool. And
this guy's got fucking money into AI stocks. This guy has money in AI stock. There's no way. There's no way. Yo, the AI is pretty cool, so it can't be wrong.
And the fact that he's acting super suspicious. Two.
How is he act? The entire conversation they had, he was like, "I'm not that guy."
I just have a feeling somehow maybe he's got a hookup at the DMV where he's got two different driver's licenses that are registered with the Department of Motor Vehicles with different names and dates of birth. So, yeah.
He would be a criminal mastermind. If he had if he was able to register two different identities and have different photos of himself that he's using, like, bro, this guy would be doing other shit than fucking gambling at the Peppermill Casino.
Guess I'll arrest him on that and then just list him as a John Doe and then have him booked in for a wins check. Alrighty, well, that solves that. So you guys got a...
Well, another job well done. Time to go watch Quebble Cop AI when I get home. Came out with a new Minecraft video.
We got filled out for you.
And then,
we got the statement and all that good stuff.
Statement already done. Easy peasy. So, right now, because I can't identify you, man. It's weird. Because, essentially it looks like you have two names. I don't know, man.
He's laughing.
So, I can't identify you. Unfortunately, that means that they can't cite you.
Officer Jagger collects Jason's things, which includes his driver's license, a
casino chip,
Peppermill player's card in the name Jason Killinger, and a debit card from his credit union in the name of Jason Killinger.
If you can't be cited, then you are arrested. So
all of his cards, all of his fucking debit cards and credit cards also have his actual name. Bro,
I'm arrested?
Yep, I'm going
Yo, this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
to
Jail?
Yep.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not a joker,
And then what? He's gonna sit in jail. They're gonna fingerprint him. They're gonna be like, "Oh fuck, dude, you're right."
man. So you'll be arrested and you'll get fingerprinted up at the jail, and then they'll be able to discern your identity and work the mix.
Oh my god, no, dude. I mean, he's a gambler, bro. He's got to be seeing money signs right now. I feel like he should be happy. He should be like, "All right, yeah, let's go down there."
Up is with this stuff. I'll be 100% honest. Could legitimately be you have a doppelganger running around, but they are
Nah, he's sitting down now. That smirk.
strikingly similar.
Oh my god, bro. He's like, "I'm gonna call my lawyer. I gotta make sure I got his hold up. Do I have his contact still?"
And enough, their fancy AI technology that reads faces. No, it says it's a 100% match, but at this point,
You know that technology, it's pretty cool, man. Let me tell you, they showed me it. It's pretty cool.
hands are tied because, a reasonable and prudent person would based off the software, based off the pictures, based off of even your driver's license picture, make the reasonable conclusion that all three are the same.
I would get the cop doing this if this guy looked like somebody, like who's a person that looks like no one else, like Danny DeVito. Like if this was Danny DeVito, you know, 4'8", 85 years old, you know, like just so recognizable, I'd go, okay, you know, I get this, him trusting the AI software. This guy could be a million other people.
In person,
Yeah,
just
Shaq. 7 foot tall Shaq comes walking through the door.
two different IDs
Can
with two
you
different
look
names.
at the back of the IDs? Because I have all the endorsements except for motorcycle and hazmat.
Okay.
Other than that, I got all the endorsements.
But that's the thing is
Is his a CDL?
so that's the thing is it's either someone else is using your stuff or you're using somebody else's stuff, and unfortunately,
Or they're just two different people and the AI is wrong. Oh my God.
you look too much like the guy in that picture, so much so that the fancy computer that does
I guarantee you that, bro, that is a I literally see the PC. The PC running this AI right now. Maybe it's a different PC or something, chat, but like that is a desk piece. That is a desktop computer right now. It is laying on its side. That is some old fucking fart piece of shit.
does all the face scanning of everybody who walks in this casino.
I guarantee you that. I guarantee you that is a fucking like a fucking 1060 in that goddamn computer.
Oh, I know.
Makes the same determination that my feeble human brain does. So
Now, this guy wants to like fuck a robot or something. Like, what's going on here? My feeble human brain can't do what this fantastic, pretty cool AI could do.
Jason's ID is a Nevada Real ID driver's license. In order to obtain a Nevada Real ID driver's license, a person must present themselves at the DMV with proof of identity such as a birth certificate or a current U.S.
Oh, what you would normally bring to a DMV?
themselves at the DMV with
Yeah,
proof of
yeah. Proof of identity. It's not even just a birth certificate, bro. You have to pull up to the DMV with like previous bills. Your social security number, your fucking birth certificate, your original birth certificate. You have to show up with like fucking everything.
of identity such as a birth certificate or a current U.S. passport or U.S. passport card, a social security card, and 2 documents proving Nevada residence.
I can't believe I'm going for this. All I want to do is play some goddamn dice and make some money.
Yeah.
If I got a check stub from my work,
check stub.
yeah, would that prove it to you guys?
Honestly, man,
No.
the only way is gotta get your fingerprint out.
Later, Jason would reveal that along with a check stub in his vehicle, he also had a current vehicle registration for his car in his name, a Department of Transportation medical card, a Teamsters Local 533 union card, and a valid vehicle insurance card. All
This guy had more than the average person does, proving he's him. Like, bro, they're treating him like he's some teenager that doesn't have a license, has never held a job, and is just like broken into a building, and they just don't know who this person is.
in his name. Officer Jagger's police report would later state that, quote, due to John Doe having conflicting identification, he lacked satisfactory evidence to reasonably assure me that he was who he claimed to be.
It's not me. I don't know what the
Yeah, it's one of those. Like I said, man, if it turns out that it's not you, then it's one of those ones you can call the director and be like, "Hey, man, your software is made it a critical error."
Yeah, you can leave a bad review on Yelp.
This is what my tax dollars are paying for?
It's not built for comfort.
What the dude?
It's not built for comfort, pal. Very sorry.
Before he leaves, another officer arrives at the casino, and Officer Jagger takes the opportunity to once again explain the situation.
It's super weird because this poor guy might be like legitimately somebody else, and something else. I don't know. It's weird call.
Soon, Officer Jagger begins the drive to the Washoe County Detention Facility.
I'll be honest, I don't know what to think because usually those systems are pretty good. Like,
Right.
we've used those systems in the past to catch homicide suspects.
Sure.
It would be really funny if Jason just started like maniacally laughing in the backseat.
So
And he just doesn't respond.
like, they're fairly reliable. So if it comes back, you know, one angle on your face, it was 99%. The other one was 100%.
Is that right?
Yeah, so it's like, it says that you're that guy.
Well, unless I've gone crazy, I'm pretty sure it's not me.
Yeah. You seem like a stand-up guy, and it's probably a really terrible case of mistaken identity.
I can't believe I've been arrested. I've never been arrested. Never. Not once. What the good is the ID then? Why do I even carry that mother?
Valid.
That one young security guard, man, like a robot. That's what pisses me off.
Yeah. The kid that was wearing the red jacket and he looked like he was like 20.
Office, because they don't think, you know. It's like, well, this is what I was taught. Use your head. And then people aren't smart enough to think for themselves. They're just not.
Yep. Fortunately, it's the world we live in.
Dude, he's like such a nice guy, too.
If all goes well, you should be out of those cuffs in the next, hopefully, 8 to 10 minutes.
Okay, good.
All right, imagine plot twist, though. They're like, all right, let's get you fingerprinted. He burned all his fingerprints off.
Because some
I would immediately switch sides. I'd be like, wait, what?
all that looks like me was sleeping
Maybe he is counting the system.
in the casino. It's not me.
Despite Jason's continued protests, Officer Jagger hands him off to the jail staff. Jason's fingerprints were soon submitted for analysis.
Best of luck, man.
Best of
Sorry.
luck.
One camp? That's okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, we need 35 cops here.
That's weird.
it's super weird. So it's one of those ones, like, I genuinely, like, I kind of believe him.
Yeah.
It wasn't long before the fingerprint analysis conclusively established that Jason had been telling the truth all along, and he was in fact Jason Killinger. Later that same day, around 4 p.m., Jason was released from the jail on
Imagine he's walking out. He's like, oh, maybe I wasn't lying that it was me. Oh, interesting. Oh, the fingerprints. Oh, the pretty fancy AI.
his own recognizance. The day after his release on September 18th, 2023, he went to renowned urgent care Vista, where he was diagnosed with a strain of both the right and left shoulder
Oh, he got injured too. Clutch.
and contusions on both wrists. On July 30th, 2025, Jason
He pulls up to court wearing a neck brace. Just fucking really leans into it.
filed a complaint
Oh, dude, the handcuffs.
in federal court
Started banging my head on the wall. I couldn't move.
against Reno police officer Richard Jagger. While at the jail and after his identity had been confirmed, his arrest papers were changed from John Doe to Jason Killinger. The federal complaint states that this meant Jason would be prosecuted for trespassing, even though Michael had been the only one who was trespassed. According to the complaint, Jason's charge of trespassing was eventually dismissed.
Oh, I was going to say, what? They're kicking him out for looking like another guy?
However, he
Like he's actually getting
now
trespassed?
has a criminal record.
He actually, that stays on his criminal record? Bro, he had to have sued for so much money. He had to have sued for so much money.
According to the complaint, facial recognition technology has led to wrongful arrests in Louisiana, New Jersey, Maryland, and Texas. Many cities now conclude that for an arrest, there has to be some kind of secondary corroborating evidence that is unrelated before there can be sufficient justification to arrest. Jason Killinger's case remains ongoing. If you'd like
Damn, should I start, like, making myself look like other people and just, like, really suspiciously wander around in Atlantic City? Just go to casinos, just, like, until a security guard walks up to me. Sir, are you Jonathan? No. Yeah, you are. No, I'm not. Yeah, with a trench coat on? No, that'd be scary. Wait, I want to look this up. It's going to be, like, an undisclosed amount. I hate when they do that. I hate when it's, like, this person sued, and then it's like, oh, we don't know how much money he got. Lame. Lame. How much money do you think he would actually get from that? Bro, I feel like it'd be like maybe like 100K. Nah, not like million. Bro, it's not $3 million. It's really hard to sue. And you're suing a casino that has a shitload of lawyers. I don't want to give it a 1. Is that mold? It's supposed to eat with a spoon. Well, I meant, are you supposed to put like a cracker? I feel like it's more the feeling than the taste, you know? Like, eating Takis feels like you're doing drugs. Like, that's the feeling you get. Like, when I'm eating a Taki, I'm like, oh, damn. Like, it's so spicy, but it's tangy at the same time. Like, you're just getting, like, a bunch of sensory input. Does that make sense? Like, it's spicy, sweet, salty. Or not sweet. Spicy, salty, like, tangy at the same time. And you're like, holy fuck. It's like a nervous system overload. Okay, yeah, I'm a weak bitch for bad room right now. It smells like sewage. Wow, I'm proud of myself for that. Do I eat the rest? It's so gross. But that garlic sauce, ooh, it made it buttery and it was tender. That was a tender octopus. It's stuck in my teeth. What am I rating that? I don't know what to rate that. I'm gonna rate it a dead 5. I would eat it if I was really hungry. I would eat it if I was really hungry. What did I rate lower, though? Oh, the squid. The squid was so much worse. Should we go back to the squid? Should we return to the squid, see if it's as bad still? Now that I've conquered the octopus. Oh, no, it's covered in the garlic sauce. Oh, my God, I threw it in the fucking trash. It's covered in the garlic sauce. It's all over my fucking hands. Oh, it's all over my fucking hands. Get the hell out of here. Nope, 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 nope. Never mind, never mind, never mind. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Get that in there. Okay, next. Back to something normal. Dude, I have way too many fucking snacks. We have so many. We're going to have to start cranking these out. All right, this next one. Chatter suggested crunchy roasted edamame, which I believe is a Chatter's favorite snack. It's like dried edamame. Already shelled. Literally just a bag of edamame. I don't like them dried. I do love, like... I love, like, fresh edamame, but... Joe Bartolozzi memes explained in 4 minutes. How niche do you think we're going to get here? I think it's going to be very surface-level stuff. I think it's going to be, like, the possum meme. I've been in the hills. Fucking what else? Beaver moment, maybe? Like, yeah, beaver moment for sure. Lenovo laptop. I don't even know if that counts as a meme though. That was just from a random Mr. Beast video where he just kept shouting out the fucking Lenovo gaming laptop powered by an Intel Core CPU.
Dead possum. The joke originated about a...
Oh, this motherfucker made it like AI. 6'7". That's not even a Joe Bartolozzi meme. That's just a meme in general. Bob.
Dead possum. The joke originated about a year ago.
Bro. Bartolozzi, you should have paid a Fiverr guy $5 to... I would have fucking voice acted this for you.
When Joe was yapping about being at a nightclub with friends and said he would pull out the dead possum to throw. It's possible he said this because of his previous rant about dead possums on the side of the road. He used...
No, the dead possum meme originated when me and my friends had an idea to cover one of my friends in deer piss at a nightclub and see how long it would take for him to get kicked out from smelling bad. I know it's LAI, chat, but I still want to watch it. But yeah, it originally, the plan was that we were all going to go into a nightclub, and then and my friend would have a diner ketchup bottle full of like deer piss, which smells really bad. And we were going to go into the bathroom and then just cover him in it. And he was going to make his way to the middle of the dance floor and just see how long, like, because how bad would you have to smell or how sweaty would you have to be? That was the hypothetical. Like, kind of panning off, like, how wet would you have to be to get kicked out of a Walmart? Like, there's no real gauge. It's kind of just, like, probably sopping wet. Probably, like, covered in water. Right? So then panning off of that, how wet would you have to be? How sweaty would you have to be to get kicked out of a nightclub? Or how bad would you have to smell? And then it was the dead possum.
Uses this phrase rarely when he is talking.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn it up a little. The AI is talking mad slow
About being in a public space. Bob is a boxing dummy bought by Joe about 3 years ago to put behind him.
See, what are these fucking images you're throwing up? What is that picture of me?
Bob originally did not have an accessories, but slowly Joe added some.
Yeah, Bob's wearing the Jägermeister glasses, the Joe Bart beanie, and the TwitchCon badge now. He's got a bit of a persona. He used to be just naked in the back. Now he's clothed. Should I give him a shirt one day? No, I think I like his abs. I stabbed him, though. He has some battle wounds from that Temu review.
This is him present day. Bob is sometimes used by Joe for funny
moments. Yeah, I made out with Bob a few times. We have a bit of a romantic relationship going on. There's some tension.
moments or channel point redemptions. The Hills. The I've been in the hills. Fucking
The worst
dudes
meme ever.
part comes from a
The
TikTok.
worst meme ever. Comes from TikTok. I don't even know how it started. I always wonder that. Like, there's a guy that started the I've been in the hills meme, and I don't know who it is. Do you think they think about that? I've said that before. Do you think people that, like, start memes and no one knows, like, breathe in it? Like, if you were the first person that started a meme, I'm not even saying the hills. I'm just saying, like, a viral meme. And you never got credit, you'd be like, nah, this is kind of lame. Like, it would piss you off slightly. So I always wonder about that, because I know it was a guy that edited a smile, because the original photo, I'm not smiling like that. I'm just straight face.
remix of an audio that's from a 2017 meme remix of a 21 Savage song. The meme pairs that audio with images or slideshows of Joe that someone edited to make him smile, which users then edit/remix into compilations. The meme really took off in mid-2022.
Okay, teacher, we're going to Bangladesh. Kid named Bang. That is, whoever fucking wrote that out, you got it wrong. It would be the kid named Ladesh. You fucking wrote it wrong. Kid named Bang. Smiling. So we're going to Ladesh Bang? What does that mean? I don't, like, what? That's on purpose?
Users then edit/remix in mid.
This fucking meme's so stupid. It's just not funny.
2022. A TikToker by the name of drippiest.boi.in.
Oh my god, is this the person that started it?
Town 3 used the slideshow feature with the bus seat photo plus the Hills sound in June 2022. That got a lot of traction, and then Joe himself reacted to one of
No way bro actually did a deep dive on who started the meme.
those viral remix/edit videos via green screen,
Elon Musk's 3 keys to success.
which further amplified its spread. Beaver moment. One day when Joe was unbanning people, he came across a guy who got banned because he was spamming Beaver moment. It's unsure why he did this, but Joe's chat started spamming it, which made it a meme.
Yeah, now we have a whole emote for it. Chat, type the emote. That's going to be like lost media soon. I feel like so many of my chatters, that's probably like new to a lot of people, because it was literally like a one-day thing. And I would just be like, oh, Beaver moment. Nobody knows what it means. I still don't either. I think we fucking banned that guy too. I don't even think I let him back in a chat.
6-7. The meme originated from a rapper named Skrilla but slowly made it into Joe's stream. His chat would constantly annoy Joe when he said,
Are there other streamers that deal with the 6-7 shit? Or is it just me? Because I feel like I never see any other streamer. Like in Kai's stream, if it's like 6-7, is that like Jinxie has it too? Okay. Yeah, like FaZe, Jinxie, they all spam it. Queso's too? Really, in Queso's chat they do? You think Queso gets annoyed by that? Probably not. That motherfucker's like resilient to rage bait. Actually, he spawned in with perks against rage bait. Like, he'll feed into it sometimes, but you can tell he doesn't give a shit.
6-7 and caused some funny crash outs. 6-7 is rampant in his chat and present day is banned.
No, it's not banned. It's just like people spam it and then they, oh my god, the I had a friend shit.
A friend. The I had a friend meme got created when chat noticed that when Joe relates to a story or video, he always has a friend that did something that relates to the.
No, and here's the thing. So many people are like, there's no way Joe has this many friends. I don't. When I say I had a friend, I'm just not naming. Why would I be like my friend Steve, right? Because that's just pointless. Like, I would just say I had a friend. But everybody assumes that when I say I had a friend, each individual story is about a different person. I had a friend is like one of 9 people. Like, I'm almost like half of the stories of I had a friend is about like one of 3 people.
Conversation. Like, for example, if a chatter or the video he is reacting to says that a high schooler broke a world record for the 100-meter.
Oh, God, I look like such a fucking cornball in that. Oh, my God. Dude, I look like I'm not, like, my body and my head don't look normal in that. Like, whenever I see that, I'm like, dude, I don't look real.
Ash. He would had a friend that ran a crazy time. Joe Swanson. This meme is pretty simple. Whenever Joe yells really loud,
and 720.
he starts to sound like Joe from
I don't even know this meme. I sound like Joe Swanson from Family Guy. And 720.
He starts to sound like Joe from Family Guy.
When the fuck do I sound like Joe from Family Guy? His voice is so much deeper than mine.
Pickle Rick.
Nah, now I need to hear Joe Swanson scream. The one that I hear a lot is my laugh is like the Lego Batman laugh.
You mean Alfred the Butler with 2 T's?
That sounds like my laugh. But Joe Swanson screaming.
Awesome! Yeah!
Maybe, but it's deeper.
Pickle Rick is just like Bob. He is decoration in the background of Joe's stream. However, he is much older, tracing back all the way to almost 5 years ago. Pickle Rick might be young.
Yeah, Pickle Rick's pretty old. Pickle Rick's been there for quite some time. The oldest I bought, I used to have no stream background. That was like, bro, my stream background, now I got like stuff behind, and I think it's like a good aesthetic. Then, bro, and I still gotta hang up these YouTube plaques. Oh my god, I never even showed you guys this one. That's the philosophy one. This is the gaming channel, 1,000,000 subs. That's the main channel, 1,000,000 subs. Look what YouTube did. The mil sub is the same exact size as the 100K now. And then this 100K one is like, I'm not mad about it, right? Like, I'm getting a plaque. I'm fucking happy. But it's like, isn't that kind of whack that they're like changing the size of them?
It is believed to be.
It just changed because I feel like, dude, I think that these ones look great, right? But they also changed the color. I don't know. Maybe they didn't. I feel like this looks like a darker. It looks the same on frame.
Be from a time where Joe won it at arcade.
Oh, God, the fucking Trojan sponsor. Yeah, remember that.
Arcade. Rip Joe Bart. The RIP Joe Bart meme started around 3 years ago, is a meme where people post tributes suggesting that Joe Bart has died, even though he is very much alive. The meme usually takes the form.
Wait, really? Yeah, I did an ad with Trojan. It was basically the idea of like promoting, like, it was basically like promote safe sex and not getting STDs. It was like, because it wasn't around like, oh yeah, you should have sex more. It was more so like, hey, this is like to not have you get, you know, herpes, AIDS, chlamydia.
Of fake memorial edits, fan-made obituaries, or comments like, fly high Joe, and gone too soon under his content. Joe would react and rage that he is alive, but his followers kept saying that someone is using AI to react to these memorials. Skin of a goose.
I think Skin of a Goose is less cringe than when I said gang. When I was like, bro, come on, gang. And it came out, and I was like, nah, I look like such a cornball saying that. Skin of a Goose, you're just a pea in my bowl. That one I will stand by the fact that diss makes sense. That makes sense. If I say you're just a pea in my bowl, that's a valid statement. How? Because if I say you're just a pea in my bowl, there's a lot of peas in a bowl. So it's like one of many versus like if you're being a dick and you're like, you're just a pea in my bowl, like you're saying they're small, you know?
This joke originated when Joe was watching a video about a Riz video and he made the joke that he has the skin of a goose. This was a classic blunder.
A classic blunder. A classic blunder. Oh, shit. Shit, like a chess move. Yeah, blundered that. No, it was a fucking dud. And you're gonna have a bad joke now and again. Because all I do is riff, right? Like, I know a lot of you guys joke that I pre-watch videos, but like, I'm just saying what's coming out of my head. So sometimes when I'm like yapping, I'm literally saying a joke, and halfway through the joke, I don't even know what I'm going to finish the joke with. And so when I was like, yeah, I actually have the skin of a, and then I paused because I didn't know what to say. And I was like, what has smooth skin? And I said a goose. But I've never even seen a goose's skin. It was stupid.
And Joe's chat made fun of him for it, making it a meme. Yoo-hoo, it's a la-boo.
They should do this with Jinxie. This is why we clash. Yoo-hoo, it's a la-boo-boo, bro.
Boo. The La Boo Boo meme started when a TikToker named Juicy Jacob posted a video of him going to public spaces and having a La Boo Boo on the end of a fishing rod and tries to get women to grab the La Boo Boo. The reason why this meme terrorizes Joe is because Jacob sounds like Joe, which makes viewers think it's Joe and flood his comments with La Boo Boo jokes. Thanks for watching.
It is eerily similar. He sounds just like me. Like, it's creepy. I don't know a lot of people that have my oddly nasally voice, but he does. And I'm not dissing that. Show it. You've seen it, bro. It's because it's you. It's not me. I think the biggest telltale, and I'm not going to go on a rant about this. I think the biggest telltale that Juicy Jacob is not me is he is very religious. Like, he talks about Jesus in his comment sections. Now, and then there's some people that are like, that's Joe under disguise. Because it would be like, the last thing I would do is probably be like outwardly religious. Right. But still. Jinxie said it was you? Oh, then it must be me.
You don't have.
Oh my god! And then you could only put like $100 on that shit. Like you could put as little as possible if you're not confident, and then they just can't get it. Wow, there's so much strategy that I never thought about. I always thought it was just the winner was always the smartest guy.
You don't have to wager much. The minimum bet is $5, symbolically chosen because it's what contestants could buy a house for in 1984.
It was a joke.
As to what you should wager on daily doubles, it's way too situational for me to be able to give you any real guide. I will say that I think the internet is obsessed with James Holzhauer-style aggressive wagering on daily doubles to a degree that I don't think is helpful for your average Jeopardy player. If you're 90% accurate on daily doubles, go nuts, wager everything every time. But most of us are closer to 50% accurate on daily doubles, and going all in constantly is not a winning proposition. It's also just not that necessary.
That's what you think.
For most Jeopardy players. Be smart. Consider the score, how close you are to first, if it's close to being a runaway game, etc. But for regular Jeopardy play, constantly spamming the all-in button is just not necessary. If you are interested in doing a true daily double, you definitely want to do it in single Jeopardy because it's way easier to come back from a failed true daily double in the first round. Finally, there's my nemesis, Final Jeopardy wagering. They make you do math on television. It's a horrible deal. Some are calling it the worst deal. But there are things you can do to prepare. First of all, do math on paper. One thing that ended up kind of being an issue for me is that it had been over a decade since I had done subtraction on paper, and I just kind of forgot how to do it. So practice that. Wagering from first place in Final Jeopardy is actually the easiest because it generally follows the axiom that it's better to lose.
Damn, bro. I don't really do subtraction on paper anymore. Chat, give me two numbers that aren't 6, 7. Like a long number, bruh. Not 45. 5,843 minus, let's not make it a negative number, 4,780. So don't you go like, oh fuck. Wait, damn, bro. Like I would just do this in my head. Like in reality, I'm going 220. 220 makes this 5,000, and so just I have to add 220 to 843. So it would be 1,063. But I don't know how to do this on paper anymore. I know you would go like this. So I would go this would become 7, this would become 14. And then so that would be, oh fuck. Wait, no, right? Yeah. Am I doing it right? How do you fucking subtract on paper? No, I know the answer, chat. I know the answer. That's right. Yeah. And so, because you need this number to be higher. So 3 minus 0 is still 3. 14 minus 8 is 6. This is 0 and this is 1. 1,063. That's how you do math on paper. Yeah. Is that not how you guys do math? That's how I was taught. If I'm like multiplying, like say it's like 85 times 43. Ooh, wow. I know you multiply these two first and then add, you do like, you have to multiply them like that, like that, like that. So it'd be like 85, 8 times 4, 8, 16, 24, 32. So it'd be 3200 plus 20 with a 0 plus 6, 8, 16, 24 with a 0. So it'd be that. Wait, it'd be that, and then 15. So it'd be 5, 5, 6, 3. Is that right? Yeah, you do like 3 times. You do like 8 times 4 plus 2 zeros, 4 times 5 plus a 0, 8 times 3. That's right. I know that's right. That's not right. No? What? 85 times 43 is 3,655. I was right. You guys are just dead wrong.
By getting final wrong than it is to lose by getting final right. That way you control your own destiny. Mathematically, this means your wager should be second place's score times 2 plus 1 minus your score. This is what's known as a cover bet. Even easier is if you already have more than double what second place has. Congratulations, you've already won the game. Try not to mess that up. Wagering in Final Jeopardy from second place is where things get...
Oh my god, did that guy bet everything and then lose? Oh, because he was so confident?
Wagering in Final Jeopardy from second place is where things get difficult. 99% of the time, first place is going to make the standard cover bet, meaning the only way you can win is if first place gets final wrong. This is a really important principle to keep in mind. It means that going all in, or nearly going all in, is rarely a good move unless first has almost double what you do. There's a lot of math involved based on what proportion of first place's score you have, and we're not going to go into that right now. But I want to assure you that I definitely know and understand all of it, and the only reason we're not covering it is time constraints. It's actually easy for me, and I definitely understand it now. As for wagering from third place...
No, because that shit is complicated as fuck. Because if you're in third, second, or... If you're in third place, you just go all in. But if you're in second, you have to know what the first has. If you're in first, you have to know what second has. And then you have to bet based off what you think they're going to bet. And then still try and put yourself in a winning position even if you get it wrong.
I wasn't sure where else to put this, but you should probably practice quickly reading and understanding Jeopardy questions. It's an advantage to immediately figure out what a question is asking for, so you can spend the rest of the time remembering the answer and focusing on buzzing in. Typically, questions will use words like this or these to point you to what they're asking for, so look at lots of questions and practice quickly parsing them. There is the matter of actually being selected to appear on the show. This is no easy thing to do, not least because...
Yeah, and they're always smart. I'm assuming there's some, like, prerequisite rounds, right? Like, do you have to win something before going on Jeopardy? Because there's never just, like, a straight-up dumbass on Jeopardy.
Because there's a huge element of randomness to it. Jeopardy allows you to take their online test, aptly named the Anytime test, at any time. There's some mystery qualifying score that will pass the test for you. Nobody is sure of what that score is, but whatever it is, it must be higher than what Emma Stone keeps getting. If you pass the test, you can be randomly selected.
Wait, did she say she applies
higher
every
than what
night? Emma Stone applies to Jeopardy every year.
Stone keeps getting. If you pass the test, you can be randomly selected for the next round of auditions. I want to stress this. You can nail the online test and not go through to the next round. They only take a small percentage of qualifying people through, and it's random, so don't be discouraged if you have to take the test multiple times. I did. My appearance on the show was a result of an increasingly rare in-person audition. I think most of these are done over Zoom now, and the next step is an audition where they do a more proctored online test with you, just to make sure you didn't blatantly cheat on the first one. If you pass the mystery qualifying threshold on that test, you can be selected for the final audition, where they simulate gameplay with...
Oh my god, dude, that sucks. Imagine getting through like 3 rounds of auditions and then not making it.
...you and do a brief interview.
Or imagine getting through 3 rounds of auditions, making it, and then ending the game with negative $6,000.
The purpose of this final audition is not to see if you're the greatest Jeopardy player who's ever lived. It is to make sure that you won't look like a psycho on television. I did a couple of auditions, and I saw a number of people, okay, let's be honest, they were all men, come in trying to prove they were the smartest guy in the room. This audition is not for that. You have already passed
Oh my god, so if you come in cocky, they just won't let you in?
both tests, so they know you're reasonably smart. Just seem friendly and approachable, and that will go a long way.
Wow, so if they don't like your personality, you could be better than everybody else on the show, and it doesn't matter.
Do not try to crush your opponents in the simulated game. For one thing, the people running the audition choose who wins on the buzzer, so you can't crush your opponents. Assuming you're selected to appear on the show, you'll go to the studio and tape. If you can, try and get a good night's sleep the night before. Just know that when your time comes, the taping will literally fly by, and it will be over before you know it. So try and enjoy it.
I mean, it's only like a half hour, right?
You're on Jeopardy! That's pretty fucking cool. If you win, be ready to play again almost immediately. They tape 5 episodes of Jeopardy in a day, and the mental strain of that much—
Wait, what? So if you, that makes sense. So they're not just like spending a half hour each day on a set. So when he won, he played 5 games in a row.
Jeopardy is something you should also prepare for.
And then they just make him change shirts?
Watch multiple episodes in a row, or play multiple games of J-Archive in a row. Be sure to change your shirt in between games for the full experience.
Wow, so it makes it seem like it's a different day. You literally finish, and then 10 minutes later, you're on the next day's episode. Damn, so even the longest running winners are only on Jeopardy for like a week in like real time.
This barely scratches the surface of how to prepare for Jeopardy, because the boring answer is to just be an intellectually curious information sponge that retains just a little about everything. There are a lot of great resources that I haven't mentioned, which I'll include in the description below. Also, I guess I should tell you to like this video and subscribe in case I ever decide to do this again.
Yeah, dude, fucking love this guy. Isaac Hirsch, goat of Jeopardy. When I was 13, my parents took me to opera for my birthday, hated it, didn't know to tell them, spent a fair amount of money on the tickets, so I had a great time for the next 4 years. We went to opera for my birthday. I'm always cleaning up on opera questions when I'm watching with my friends now. Dude, I don't think I've ever seen a 30-second snippet of an opera.
More than anything, I encourage you to take the Anytime test if you're the least bit interested. It was a great experience for me. I met some wonderful people, played some fun games, and
Should we take the Anytime test? Dude, I'd fail that. How long would that test be? Anytime test Jeopardy. I just want to see the... Dude, you're probably going to have to fill a bunch of shit. Yeah, I'm not taking this right now. Maybe one day. All right, I gotta piss real quick, then we're hopping to the next video. Yell me down! Mind with acceleration of the collapse of society to rebuild something else.
An extremist.
It's far left, actually. I mean, you know, you get into any extremism ideas, you're gonna find some crazy shit.
The most lethal domestic terrorism threat.
What's a neo-Nazi? Like a new Nazi. It's effectively what it means. Neo-Nazis, if somebody calls you a neo-Nazi, they're basically calling you like a modern-day Nazi.
More than other white supremacist ideologies, accelerationism insists on the importance of direct violent action, the kind of action taken by the people they call saints. Like St. Tarrant for Breton Tarrant, the Australian white supremacist who attacked 2 mosques in Christchurch, New Zealand. He killed 51 people. Or St. Roof for Dylan Roof, who killed 9 people, all black, during a church service in Charleston, South Carolina. This is the kind of action accelerationists believe in, action that will further destabilize society, that might finally lead to societal chaos. They are explicit about this. Roof, for example, said he'd hoped to ignite a race war. Failing that, though, the purpose is to inspire more violence, which is exactly what such attacks have done. Scott Payne just signed up on Facebook.
Isn't there like a showing though in that like if you're actively killing people of another race and going, my goal in this is to start a race war, like most people that would outwardly look at that would go, okay, it's not the races that are fighting against each other, it's these insane people that want to spark anarchy and a collapse in society, rather than actually white people and black people having a genuine problem with each other.
He's about to publish another racist post. His goal is to get banned. But nothing happens. A fellow agent points out that he doesn't have any friends. He adds a few people, and that does it. He's promptly kicked off. Okay, well done. Next up is Gab, a social networking site well known for its tolerant stance towards far-right users.
Why did he want to get banned on Facebook? To like rant about how he got banned or something?
Participates in forums with names like Whites Only. This will further elevate his credentials. On July 15th, 2019, he writes an email. I've been seeing your stuff and I'm definitely interested. Survival and self-defense. I like it. The next day, a ping.
Thanks for contacting the base. You can learn more about us on our official Gab account at the base.
Do they like look into you though? If it's like a neo-Nazi, like Aryan race group, are they looking into like your 23andMe to see like your ethnicity, or is it just straight off like if you look white? For sure. when you get vetted in, they even have the sites for it. Yeah, well, I'm assuming like there has to be some sort of like, because there's people that could be like, you know, white passing, but they're actually like 35%, you know, black or just non-white, non-Caucasian. And then like what is the percentage where you're not allowed in, you know? Like I feel like a lot of these groups, it confuses me where it's like, well, if you're 5% Hispanic, is that a problem? Like, is that like what's the cutoff for them?
If you're interested in joining, please provide the following info to begin.
Like that's a genuine question. Like I'm wondering, I think it's really more physicality rather than like genetics. I know like in World War II, a lot of it was genetics off of like, not even if you're a Jewish of religion, it would be like if your great-great-grandmother was Jewish, but nobody else was, you were still counted as Jewish and they would kill you. But it's like they had that system in place, so I'm wondering.
The vetting process.
The base is a white supremacist neo-Nazi group. They were just founded a year ago, and they are accelerationists through and through. Their plan entails assassinations, sabotage, and acts of terrorism. Their targets are black people, Jewish people, and anyone they consider traitors to the white race.
They want to do guerrilla warfare tactics, so it's murdering people and disappearing. It's poisoning a water system, taking down a power grid, derailing the train, anything that causes chaos.
The idea is that...
So it's not just... they're primarily targeting people of other races, but it's also just like, hey, we want to just destabilize society as fast as possible.
After the collapse, the group's cells scattered across the world will form white ethno-states led by white supremacists. This event, total societal collapse, has a special name, the Boogaloo. Now, Scott is trying to join them. They ask for his name, White Warrior 88, and his age, 44. Scott Payne is actually 48, but he knows most base members are between 18 and 25. He wants to seem as young as possible. Sex, race, location, military experience, fitness level,
Dude, between 18 and 25, some of these people are fucking high schoolers in this goddamn group.
Special training, and organization affiliations.
Like, holy shit, dude, you haven't even fucking graduated high school. You haven't even graduated high school. You're in a fucking extremist neo-Nazi group that's about dismantling society.
Here, his past undercover experiences pay off. He mentions the Klan and biker gangs.
So here I am, approximately for a week or more. I'm emailing back and forth to somebody with a Proton email account. And they're asking me all kinds of questions about my ethnicity, what I can bring to the table, what is my history. And I laid out a story that I was a old biker, shocker, and a former skinhead from South Carolina.
As Scott would find out later, the owner of that email account was none other than the founder of the base himself. Online, he's known as Norman Spear and Roman Wolf. He's been on the public's radar since 2018, but his true identity is unknown. That is, unless you're in the FBI. Ronaldo Nazaro is 45, American, born in New Jersey. He'd worked as a contractor in Iraq for the Department of Justice. Now he's in Russia, but it's 2019. You can organize neo-Nazis into a network of accelerationist insurgents from just about anywhere. The email exchange continues for less than a week. Then, Scott is invited for a phone interview. It's supposed to take 30 minutes, but ends up...
I'm shocked the level of recruitment walls they have for this. I understand it's because they are trying to weed out people that are unserious or cops, but like a week email thread, then a phone call, then probably another interview, then an IRL interview, then they start the actual like initiation process.
Lasting an hour. Now, both Scott and the base have a 24-hour grace period. After that, Scott will need to make the decision. Does he truly want to join?
I passed the test and they bring me in and they asked me, hey, where are you located? And I said in East Tennessee. And they said the closest cell to you is in North Georgia.
That's where Scott will have to pass one final test, an in-person vetting session. August 2, 2019, Rome, Georgia. To Scott, the men look more like boys. He knows that one of them is the leader of the base's Rome cell, but that's it.
Yeah, like you're getting vetted into this, like you're getting basically initiated into this group. He's fucking 48 years old, and the dude that's the leader's like talking to him, fucking teenager, man. 19, 18. This guy's like, hey, you got to take this tab of acid and fucking drink this goat's blood.
They tell him to step out of his truck. Scott isn't wearing a wire. He knows they'll check. But hidden in his truck is a tracking device, put there by his case team. As long as Scott is near his truck, his team will be able to find him.
I step out, shake hands or whatever, and he says, hey, I need you to put your phone in airplane mode. And I said, okay. He pulls out this wand thing that I'd never seen before. It looked like a Geiger counter. It had a big triangle card in it, lights all over it. He wands me, and I pass because I'm fine, I don't have anything. Then he starts wanding my truck. No big deal. Until he starts going to the back driver's side of my truck, which is where the case team placed my tracker. That thing he's holding in his hand starts going crazy.
Oh, fuck. What device is he even holding? Brainiac over here, yeah, fucking super genius. He's got a fucking metal triangle hooked up to a fucking machine that's beeping for fucking hyper technology that's used for fucking geo tracking. My God.
The closer he gets to the back of the truck, it starts beeping, 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 beeping. I see colors going on it. I'm like, oh no, man, it's picking up the tracker.
Scott braces for a fight. He's alone. His team knows where he is, but they have no idea something is wrong. But he gets lucky. The other guy wonders if the device is picking up the power lines.
And he walks over and it goes crazy. And he's like, damn it, yeah, or whatever he says. Yeah, it's the power lines. Hey, follow.
Oh, but yo, how the fuck has this happened 2 times for him? On the with the other biker gang, the dude's checking his jacket right by the mic and just fucking whiffs right over it. And then this time he's right next to the fucking tracker. He's like, oh no, maybe it's the power lines. All right, no, you're good.
Let's to another location.
Scott has to act fast. He has to get the tracker deactivated.
Oh, they're gonna rescan it. Oh shit, no, these guys are so fucking smart in comparison to some of the other shit we've seen.
And I'm
holy fuck.
Calling the case team, and I'm like, hey, you need to shut that tracker off.
They're like, I thought they were just going to let him slide. They're going, no, we're going to go to another spot and rescan it. Fucking I'd chuck that tracker out the window.
And at first they're like, well, we can't shut it off. And I'm like, you have to shut it off. And they're like, well, if we shut it off, we're not sure. What if we can't get it back on and we lose you? I said, here's what.
My brother, if you don't shut it off, they're going to fucking kill me.
I'm telling you, whatever they have is picking up the tracker. If you don't shut it off, this is going to be a very fast undercover because it's going to be over as soon as we get to.
I'm shocked they have technology the FBI didn't know about. Like, these guys just had a machine to pick up this fucking tracker and they didn't think about it. If it comes to it, I'm going to break it. Yeah, but they're tailing him right behind his car, Zod. You're going to be like, oh, 1 minute, real quick. Sorry, it's this. It's like a TI-84 calculator in the back. Sorry, I was just trying to get rid of it.
Where we're going.
They arrive at an abandoned concrete plant.
And I'm thinking to myself, oh, this is great. How many movies have I seen where somebody's killed in an abandoned concrete plant? I hope they got the tracker off. They pull out the wand, they wand me, and I passed.
Scott is in. By this point, Scott's been around the block, the outlaws, the Ku Klux Klan, but nothing could prepare him for what comes next. Scott has been with the base for over 2 months now. As a boy, he loved camping with his parents and friends. He'd explore the woods, go fishing. But the camping trip he's just been invited to isn't like the ones he used to go on. The list of things to bring contains some unusual items.
Guns, ammo, sunscreen.
Weapons.
I don't know. I can't get it past my mind that, like, even though they're an extremist group, they still do very, very normal things. Like, they're going on this camping trip, you'd be like, oh, I forgot my sunscreen. Oh, don't worry, man. I got you. It's Sunbum. Sunbum. Great brand. Great brand. At 50 SPF. Smooth as jelly, man. right on your skin. Hold up. Let me get your back. All right, now let's cut this goat's head off.
And the same kind of camouflage. Flecktarn, worn by the German military. This is no ordinary camping trip. This is a hate camp. An extended training session to prepare members for the Boogaloo.
For the white skin? Oh, yeah, hell yeah, dude. I'm fucking burning like crazy.
Hand-to-hand combat, weapons drills, grappling.
Oh, so this is a training camp.
By now, Scott has attended a number of similar training sessions, but this one is different. It's longer, 3 to 4 days, and it's bigger, with base members coming in from around the country: Texas, Alabama, Michigan, Delaware. He's familiar with many of the men he'll be camping with. At least he knows most of their online pseudonyms. Can't Go Back, Ison, Punish Snake, Dima, Big Siege, Zoomnat, all from out of state. And of course he knows his fellow Georgia cell members, Helter Skelter and Pestilence, who vetted Scott back in August with the cell leader himself.
How old are they? 19, bro. Oh my God. Ison's 19. 27, 33, 27. Why are they all so young?
MB, the militant Buddhist. Everyone knows Scott by his code name, Pale Horse. When you're an undercover agent, some cliches are true. Scott has learned to expect the unexpected, yet he fails to expect what would happen at the Halloween hate camp.
I wake up to pounding on my window. Pale horse, you gotta wake up, you gotta wake up. I'm like, what's up, man? What's going on? They're like, hey, you gotta get out here and see this. I've been doing undercover since 1996 at this point, and I have never been with a group of people where I had to burn Bibles, burn American flags. I damn sure wasn't part of a group that went out and stole a goat and we sacrificed it at a pagan ritual and drank its blood. And I did all that in 3 days with these guys.
Holy shit.
After they decapitated the goat, the group comes together for a barbecue.
The 18 and 19-year-olds were brainwashed for sure. Well, I think it's the idea that you're very impressionable at that age, right? Like your brain's fully forming 18 to 25. You could get manipulated or brought to one end or the other end of the spectrum politically, or, you know, how Shohei Ohtani happened.
Run game, the dream matchup.
It's easy to see why someone might call this a dream matchup. It's the final out of the 2023 World Baseball Classic between the two best baseball countries, the USA, who invented baseball, and Japan, whose own baseball culture has thrived for more than a century.
Isn't baseball the biggest sport in Japan by like a long shot? And baseball is not the biggest sport. People would say baseball is America's sport like 30, 40 years ago, but I feel like what is the U.S.'s sport now is most definitely football, right? Like, I feel like people care less about the World Series than the Super Bowl. Super Bowl's big fucking event. Super Bowl's a huge fucking event in the U.S. What's Japan's biggest sport? Baseball. Often called the country's pastime with a huge number of fans who follow professional leagues and high school tournaments. Yeah, Japan, interestingly, has like one of the coolest tournaments in like baseball in general. I think it's like every high school team or like every participating high school team is like a one elimination tournament. And so it's like thousands of teams. Japan high school tournament number of teams. 48 teams from a prefectural qualifying system and national high school baseball championship featuring 49 teams. And dude, they get like stadiums full of people to watch like high schoolers play baseball. Like, it is huge there, and I never even knew that until like 2 years ago.
1 ball, no strikes.
It's also a matchup between the two best players.
And I'm not even like shocked, I guess, that baseball's big in Japan. I'm more so shocked that like the best baseball players in the U.S. right now, or at least the MVP, and like two of the best players on the Dodgers are not even from the U.S. Whereas you would assume the NFL, like, how many foreign players are in the NFL? Why are there not more foreign players in the NFL? It's so weird to me how, like, baseball is kind of getting more and more full of, like, non-U.S. players, but the NFL just has, like, largely U.S. audiences. I feel like it's because there's, like, very similar sports worldwide, like rugby. Like, rugby's big. Yeah, throw it in sub only. Like, rugby's big or other shit that is, like, similar, I guess, like, contact sport-wise, and soccer is one of the biggest sports in the world. But I find it weird how more people from other countries wouldn't want to go to the NFL because so many foreign players play in the NBA, more foreign players play in the MLB. Why would not more foreign players play in the NFL? Because I feel like the contracts in the NFL are fucking absurd. They're some of the highest paying contracts in modern day sports.
Mike Trout, one of the best American hitters ever, and Shohei Ohtani. Mike Trout, one of the best American hitters ever, and Shohei Ohtani, the best Japanese pitcher ever, the best Japanese hitter ever, and some say the best baseball player ever.
The 1-0 pitch.
Didn't Shohei Ohtani just have the best baseball game ever played, where he hit like 3 homers and pitched like an insane game?
Swing and a miss.
I'm not a big MLB fan. Like, I don't watch baseball that often, but I feel like even as a non-baseball watcher, everybody's heard of Shohei Ohtani.
A fastball at 100.
Recency bias, but I guess.
But I think this is more than a dream matchup between two great teams.
2-1. 2-2.
Or even two great players.
The count goes full.
It's the moment baseball's past met baseball's future.
Ohtani's ready. Trout's ready. 3-2.
And the future won.
He struck him out! Japan's back on top of the baseball world.
The at-bat symbolized the passing of the torch from baseball being America's pastime to baseball being a global game.
This is the story of
Global game in the sense of two countries. Outside of the U.S. and Japan, what other countries love baseball? I feel like cricket is much larger in other countries. Yeah, Dominican Republic, but outside of that, I don't. China likes basketball in terms of American sports. Canada maybe, but like even then, Canada's main sport is hockey.
how Japan produced the best baseball player ever, and how he's paving the way to baseball's future.
Yeah, like global sports. What are global sports? Track and field, soccer. That's about all I would say is global. And I would say basketball is getting global. I think basketball is pretty big. Tennis, yeah. Like I'm more talking team sports rather than like singles or doubles, like solo shit. Yes, swimming, but I'm saying more invented games. Like, yeah, there's events in track and swimming, but like it's just an athletic activity, you know, that's turned into a sport versus like a thing with rules. Sperm racing? Yeah, I heard that's on the rise.
For many years, the American pastime has been the Japanese pastime.
I hate hearing that accent. I hate hearing that accent because every time I hear it, I think about how it's not even a real fucking accent, and it's literally the transatlantic accent that was purposefully made for the effect of feeling fancy and rich rather than it actually being a way people fucking speak. Nobody talks like that. That guy, when he gets off the fucking mic, just sounds like me. Well, we have old Curly walking up to the plate, seeing if he'll hit this base. Oh, and he strikes out.
For many years, the American pastime has been the Japanese pastime.
Americans introduced baseball.
Football announcers still have that voice? I would not say football announcers have a transatlantic accent. They talk in an announcer voice, but not a transatlantic accent. That shit's fucking annoying.
To Japan around the 1870s. So it's no surprise that American and Japanese baseball share
They talk more professional. Like if I was commentating on an NFL game, they'd be like, and he takes it home. Or not an NFL game, not a baseball game. And he takes it home. Shohei Ohtani, one of the best players we've seen thus far this season. They like deepen their voice. They talk more obnoxiously.
A lot in common. First and foremost, it's an obsession. Here is a stadium packed for Japan's high school baseball tournament, 1920. Shinto priests.
Wild, too. 1920 packed for a fucking high school football game or a baseball game. Dude, no high school fucking baseball game in the United States is getting anywhere near that level of crowd.
Blessing home plate.
There's one set of bleachers with a drunk dad and an annoying divorced couple just sitting on the side. They really want to both see their son or daughter play softball or baseball, but they fucking hate each other, so they sit fucking 4 feet away from each other. No.
Opening day, 1931. And Babe
Little League games do? Little League games do not have a crowd. Little League games have a crowd of parents and family members of the players. It's commonplace in Japan to go to a high school baseball game to watch it because it's entertaining. If you were just a random guy that pulled up to a high school baseball game today, people would be like, why the fuck are you here?
Swarmed by fans
unless it's literally like a high-level tournament. Like, if it's like a national level, that's different. Like, if you're at, like, it's the same thing with, like, other sports, like track events. Like, New Balance Nationals, people just pull up to.
Tokyo, 1934.
That's just not true. It's because you live in New Jersey. But it's baseball, man. I think the equivalent of Japan's high school baseball turnout would be Texas's high school football. Football in Texas is so big that, like, high school games matter. Like, people will go and rep their city's high school for a fucking football game, right? Like, that's different. But I feel like that doesn't happen for, like, what state does that for baseball?
The U.S. crushed Japan in World War II, but baseball helped the two countries become allies soon after.
This isn't big league stuff yet, but someday it may be.
Japan's Nippon Professional Baseball League was structured a lot like the U.S.'s Major League Baseball. Teams were divided into two leagues, and some even shared the same name. But the two leagues didn't always see eye to eye.
What's the hardest baseball name? Hold up. Or baseball team? Being on the Hawks would be pretty fucking sick. Colt 45s, Angels, White Sox, Braves, Tigers, Dodgers, Giants.
Two leagues didn't always...
Is Colt 45 still a team?
Some even...
The Dragons? Yeah, that would be the sickest.
...shared the same name.
The Dragons.
But the two leagues didn't always see eye to eye. In the mid-20th century, American teams often looked down on Japanese talent. And while some American players played in Japan, they typically were near retirement. Meanwhile, Japanese players were often pressured to stay in Japan.
Part of it was wanting to like maintain Japanese culture and pride.
Jun Lee's been reporting on baseball for a decade. He was on ESPN. Now he runs one of my favorite YouTube channels.
It is swung on and foul tipped by Lee.
This was kind of where Japan was.
I truly believe facing a baseball is one of the scariest things. I would not be good enough to play professional baseball, but even if I was, I would be so scared to stand next to the plate while the pitcher on the mound's throwing fucking piss missiles. just fucking straight at me. Like, you get hit in the face, dude, you just fucking break your jaw.
Like, politically, over the course of, like, a lot of the 20th century, which was culture that was very inward-focused.
It all came to a head over this guy, pitcher Masanori Murakami. In 1964, the Nankai Hawks sent him to the San Francisco Giants minor league team, just for some experience. But Murakami impressed the Giants, who started him on their major league squad. Murakami became Major League Baseball's first Japanese-born player and dominated the rest of the season. But when the Giants gave him a contract, the Hawks objected. The two leagues argued for months until reaching a compromise. Murakami would play with the Giants for one season, then return to Japan. And from then on, MLB teams were prohibited from directly signing Japanese players, and vice versa.
Really? When did that fucking change?
It widened the gulf between the two leagues. American players continued to go to Japan, but no Japanese player appeared in Major League Baseball for the next 30 years. They stayed in Japan and developed a distinct style of playing. Very quickly, I want to show you something.
Do you think that's why, like, Shohei Ohtani and other players are really good, is because they get different training and play different than American players? So when they go against them, it's like a whole different spin of play or pitching or...
Pretty cool. Machinists at Henson
how they work.
Started out making aerospace machinery.
What the fuck am I looking at? Oh, is this a sponsor?
Your wallet too. Henson's line stays flat because when you over time, and turns out better for your wallet too. This chart shows the cost of razor ownership when you buy a razor
differently than American people, and so they
my
have
monitor
adapted
just turned
the
off.
Japanese game
My monitor
to
just turned off. It just randomly just tried to refresh. What the fuck?
kind of suit the physical strengths and weaknesses that Japanese people have, and as a result, stylistically, the game is very different than what you would see in the United States.
Great American batters have power. They swing for the fences. While great Japanese batters have consistency. They hit more singles, doubles, even bunts to get on base. Great American
playing the long game versus fucking ripping it. Just trying. That's all I would do if I played baseball. Getting a single sucks. I'd want to hit that shit out of the fucking park.
Pitchers rely on velocity, throwing 100-mile-per-hour fastballs past batters. While Japanese pitchers rely more on craftiness, throwing forkballs, splitters, and sinkers to fool batters. In Japan, baseball players are also known to train far more often and with far more intensity.
This is just kind of the culture around the sport, that the repetition builds strength. It requires this intense level of discipline.
Still, many Americans doubted Japanese players would succeed in the U.S. if they could ever get there. Then in 1995, pitcher Hideo Nomo found a loophole. The Kintetsu Buffaloes owned his contract, but Nomo simply retired at age 26. Legally, a retired player could go anywhere, so Nomo went to the LA Dodgers.
That doesn't really seem like much of a loophole, no? All right, I'm done playing baseball. I'm going to go move to the U.S. All right, I don't really want to play baseball anymore. I'm going to go move to the U.S. Actually, I kind of do. I got a second wind. I think I want to start playing baseball again.
His twisting windup flummoxed American batters, and he went on to win Rookie of the Year and start the All-Star game.
Waved at and missed. And down goes Martinez. And down goes Bell. And who would have figured Hideo Nomo, last year pitching in Japan.
Nomo also got more Japanese fans.
Yo, that's actually so much aura, too, to fucking move countries to go play in another team's fucking league and then just maul them. Like, I always wonder how, like, Jokic feels. Or, like, any foreign NBA player that just dominates in the U.S. just coming over and just fucking literally just dumpstering everybody.
To start paying attention to American baseball. But his loophole made NPB owners worried their best players would leave. So in 1998, it made a new system where a Japanese team could do what's called posting a player to allow MLB teams to bid on him. Then the Japanese team could send him in exchange for a fee. Finally, a pipeline existed between the two best baseball leagues. And over the next 20 years, a steady stream of talented pitchers and hitters developed in Japan.
I don't understand though why they can't just go pro in the MLB straight out of like high school or college. I know a lot of MLB players in the US sign right out of high school, but it's like, why even go into the Japanese pro league? Like, why go to the NPB if you could just go straight to the MLB?
Then went to the US, where they won awards and World Series, broke records, and made the Hall of Fame. All along proving that the Japanese style could thrive in the US.
Ichiro is kind of the ultimate manifestation of this, where he hit often less than 10 home runs a year, but he would get 300 hits in a season. I think they completely changed the perception of what was possible if we brought over Japanese players to the United States.
But Shohei Ohtani was different. He threw nearly 100 miles an hour, smashed home runs, and he was only in high school.
Yo! Nah. Like, how are there people that are just that good? Like, he's throwing 100 miles an hour in high school, and he's pitching and batting. People, like, when I talk to my friends that love baseball, they always just glaze the shit out of him. They're like, he's two players in one. So it doesn't matter that they're paying him fucking $800 million delayed. It's worth it because they're effectively getting two of the best players in both of the biggest positions.
Heard of Shohei Ohtani when he was 16 years old because I'm a baseball sicko and I was following what was happening in the Japanese baseball tournament Koshien.
The century-old tournament is watched by millions in Japan, and in 2012, everyone was watching Ohtani, including major league teams.
He was kind of unlike any player that...
Bro, imagine having an MLB team. Do you think, like, who's somebody in the NFL, NBA, or MLB right now that was, like, getting looked at when they were a senior in high school? Like, the first guy that comes to my mind, oh my God, what is his fucking name? I don't watch the NBA. Oh my God, what is his name, bro? He dunks like crazy. Not LeBron. Bronny also got looked at because it was like, you know, you're LeBron James' kid. Who's the guy? Zion Williamson, I feel like is the equivalent. I remember when he was in high school, because I was in high school. I was like a freshman when he was like a senior. And he was like the fucking news. Everybody was like, this kid's gone pro. Like in a high school game, he would just fucking hit a spin dunk on people like it was nothing.
They had ever come out of Japan.
Fucking windmill that shit. Literally in a finals game, these just fucking, 80 to fucking 10.
And
the Yankees, Red Sox, Rangers, and Dodgers wanted Ohtani to skip the NPB entirely and sign directly with them as a pitcher. Ohtani wanted that too. In 2012, he warned NPB teams not to draft him, but the Nippon Ham Fighters did anyway. It put Ohtani in a unique position. He could refuse to play for the Fighters, or use his leverage to pressure them into letting him do something no American team ever would. Two-way players are a thing of the past. That's someone who's both a pitcher and a position player, like Babe Ruth. But since the 1940s, no one in the major leagues really pulled it off. And today, no one's really allowed to try.
Being a pitcher and a batter is like playing two completely different sports. They require two completely different skill sets. two completely different approaches, and that wear and tear really, really adds up. A major league team, if they had gotten Ohtani at 18 years old, would have just forced him to become a pitcher.
But the fighters were more willing to let him try both. So Ohtani made the
Wow, so if he got signed when he was younger, he never would have been able to bat?
decision to stay in Japan.
If Ohtani had grown up in Arkansas, he doesn't become the player that he is. He was this massive power hitter. There's a video of him hitting a baseball into the roof of the Tokyo Dome. And the fact that he was also doing it while being one of the...
Does that count as a fucking... Does that count as, like, out of play or something? If you hit the fucking ceiling in a stadium? So it's still in play. If falls down, they could catch it and it's out.
Best pitchers in NPB was kind of blowing everyone's mind.
But after 5 years in Japan, Ohtani still faced doubts in the US. So in 2017, when the fighters posted him, Ohtani turned down bids from big market teams and instead went to the LA Angels, where he again used his leverage to be a two-way player. In his first at-bat in LA, Ohtani did this.
That's out toward right center field.
Dude, first at bat, another team, nuke it. Bang! Just fucking rips it out. Stop. You know right there and then, too, the dude that was, like, responsible for getting him signed was just like, yes. Yes.
Big fly.
Just fucking so happy.
In 2021, he hit 46 home runs and went 9-2 on the mound, becoming the first player to be an all-star as a hitter and a pitcher. Ohtani was fast.
Oh my God, how much do you think that ball's worth? I feel like that's got to be on the market. Oh my God, Shohei Ohtani's first home run ball price. It's worth at least $100,000. Oh, Shohei Ohtani's first run ball as a Dodger is worth $100,000. It could be worth up to $3 million. First run ball price as Angel just says over $100K. Dude, I feel like there's somebody that would pay like $1 million for that.
Becoming the most exciting player baseball had seen in decades. And by 2024, he didn't need leverage anymore. The LA Dodgers signed him for $700 million, nearly double the next highest contract, because he really was two players in one. Actually, he was the two best players in one. Wins above replacement measures a player's total value, and in the last 5 years, Ohtani has the highest in the majors. And just last week, Ohtani played probably the greatest game in baseball history. He struck out 10 batters and gave up only 2 hits over 6 innings. And
I'm not a baseball expert, but in the beginning, somebody was like recency bias. And I will say, yeah, like recency bias is true of a lot of things. But like people will still be like, well, Babe Ruth. I'm like, well, Babe Ruth was like a 50-year-old fucking chronic cigarette smoker that played in like what, the fucking 1920s or some shit. Expert. When did Babe Ruth play? Like, it's the same premise. Dude, yeah, he was born in 1895. Like, it's the idea of, like, yeah, you're comparing apples to oranges of, like, dude, the game's entirely different now. Ohtani is undeniably the best player of all time. That's what I would even say in, like, basketball, people still argue about that. About, like, MJ. And I feel like that's an easier argument to have where you're, like, trying to compare, like, MJ to LeBron or something. But some people, where it's like, dude, there's so many, I don't want to say unks, but there's people that like hardcore defend like old like MVP players. But I'm like, dude, they were also good in a time where everybody else was ass or much worse.
And hit not 1, not 2, but 3 home runs to send the Dodgers to the World Series. Ohtani's a new kind of baseball player, mixing
Barry Bonds. Wasn't Barry Bonds also on a drastic amount of steroids?
American style.
Or am I wrong? I'm not a baseball expert. Wasn't Barry Bonds like fucking juiced to the gills? Like at that point you could be like, yeah, okay, Barry Bonds, let's put Shohei Ohtani on steroids and he would be fucking insane. Like he would be even more good, even crazier.
Power and Japanese style consistency on both sides of the ball. But he only got the chance to do it because he started playing baseball in Japan.
Shohei Ohtani is America's
So do you think that Shohei Ohtani is going to change how the MLB recruits and places players, even not in Japan? Like, do you think the training regimen that like high school and college football team, or not football, baseball teams are going to do is like they're more open to two-way players?
Packed, reimagined, and then repackaged back to itself.
Yeah, they're going to want the next two-way player because that carries the teams.
Now Ohtani's bringing the two best baseball leagues closer together than ever.
Impossible.
Imagine getting force walked 10 times the World Series because other teams know you'll beat them single-handedly. Yeah, no, didn't they just they would just keep purposefully walking him? Like, I didn't watch any of the World Series, but I did hear that he was able to pitch, but they wanted to cut out his capability of play, so they would just walk him, give him a base, which is much better than them potentially giving up a home run.
Theater. And in a one-run game, the dream matchup.
Now, why was this moment so important? It's because it was the first moment.
I understand that's like a needed part of the game and it is a strategy, but isn't that a little lame, like that you're able to just walk players? I mean, in the same sense, it's like kneeling the ball in football. If like you're up and there's, you know, a minute left on the clock, you could just run the timer down. Like, I feel like every sport has some lame ass, you know, loophole where you could just fucking nerf people.
That Japanese baseball and American baseball shared a superstar.
You're giving them a base? Yeah, but you're giving them a base because you know that if you don't, they're going to fuck on you. like, if you don't give them the base, they're just going to maul you.
In the US, it was the most watched WBC game ever. But in Japan, 42% of households tuned in. Even though
42%? Oh my God, dude. What is that's the equivalent of like the Super Bowl for the US. What percentage of households watch the Super Bowl? 41 to 43%. It's bigger. In Japan, this was larger than the Super Bowl or just about the same.
it was 8 in the morning there. In 2025, MLB saw higher viewership across US TV and a 20% increase on Japanese TV, making it the most watched season ever there. Ohtani's also getting more Japanese fans to come to Major League games,
which is making American companies more money, so they're going to fucking start signing people like crazy.
I asked June to come on this episode. He texted back from Dodger Stadium, where he saw scores of Ohtani fans, Ohtani jerseys in English and Japanese, Japanese beer, and a giant homage to Ohtani on a Japanese-themed hotel. This is just the beginning for MLB.
I had a conversation.
Oh my God, do you think Shohei Ohtani's on like everything in Japan? I would love to see that. Like the equivalent of how we have like Patrick Mahomes and other like quarterbacks just on so many adverts. Oh, he's got to be on like every product there. He's got to be the most known athlete in Japan.
An executive over Major League Baseball, and they said that Shohei Ohtani was their entire international growth strategy. They view Shohei Ohtani as their Messi and Ronaldo figure, the type of person who almost becomes bigger than the sport to get people in the door, to care and invest emotionally in it.
Ohtani may even give MLB an edge over its competitors. U.S. sports leagues are racing to become global leagues. The NFL is playing games in Europe and South America. The NBA is in Asia.
I think the NFL has, just as from my biased perspective, I think the NFL has a lot of weird rules that make it harder to get into, but the premise, NFL is the toughest road, but I think it has the highest potential because people like watching other people tackle the fuck out of each other. Like, it's like, the NFL, dude, even if you don't know, if you know none of the sports, you just love watching. Like, watching football is fun.
Sure.
You got rugby, though? Yeah, but, like, I don't, rugby as a competitor. I feel like the NBA is the most global, if I had to guess, out of the three big sports.
Hosting a league in Africa and talking about creating a league in Europe. They're competing to win over new fans in other countries. But nothing wins over fans in another country like a superstar from that country.
The lesson from Ohtani is that sometimes...
I think that's why the NBA is big, too. That's the problem with the NFL. If the NFL starts signing fucking random-ass European and fucking Asian and African players to the league, dude, oh my God, I feel like that'll start... Like, if you just had, like, some guy from fucking Germany as, like, an O-lineman... I feel like people would be like, I need to watch this. Like, if he's like the best, but they would have to be really good.
That means letting a player do something different.
Because Ohtani is an Ohtani if he's not a two-way player. And he's not a two-way player if he doesn't play first in Japan. And he doesn't play first in Japan if not for generations of players who perfected baseball. The Japanese way.
America invented baseball, but it has been elevated by someone who is not from the United States. He breaks all of the unwritten rules of what people thought was possible for someone to accomplish as a baseball player.
Wow.
Okay, thanks so much for watching.
I loved that video, and I'm not even that big of a fan of baseball, but I love keeping track of, like, the news in sports. Cinema. For the purpose of being able to infiltrate different scenarios, right? Like, you would want specific types of people for specific scenarios. Like, you wouldn't want everybody to be the same.
They make missteps during the high-pressure scenarios. They grow delirious and erratic from the lack of sleep. But Scott thrives. The sleep deprivation, the relentless role play, the grueling exercise. If anything, he
don't tell me he enjoys it.
feeds on it.
Oh.
Meanwhile, he's learning from his idols, legendary FBI agents like Joe Pistone.
God, that's like a different type of dude, bro. To be able to be happy that you're not sleeping for fucking 2 weeks. You're not sleeping for 2 weeks, constantly doing physical and mental activities.
Spent 6 years undercover with the Bun on No Crime family. But they don't always notice him.
So I remember Joe Pistone coming to speak, and I was like a kid in a candy store, man. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is Donnie Brasco. This dude did 6 years undercover in the mafia. And he's teaching, but he has this thing where he keeps kind of wanting to...
6 years undercover in the mafia, bro. 6 years. Do you think there's ever a scenario where they, like, don't want to fucking crack down on some of these guys? I feel like it's different when it's like the KKK because it's just like a full-on fucking hate racist group. But, like, I feel like if you're undercover in the mafia for 6 years, there's got to be like 1 or 2 dudes where you're like, damn, I feel like this guy's not, he's just like, you know, bad place, bad time. Like, he grew up around the wrong people. He's not a bad dude. But you gotta fucking, you know, I not rat on him, but at some point, you gotta fucking turn him in.
Walk right up to the desk. So he kept stepping on my feet. And, I was trying to get out of his way. And then finally, as he's teaching, he just looks down at me and he says, Jesus, kid, either you got the biggest feet I've ever seen or I can't see. And he throws a couple of bucks on the desk because he's like still in mafia mode. He throws a couple, he goes, hey, go get yourself a shine on me. And I just took my feet and shoved them under the seat, man.
Joe Pistone may have scuffed up Scott's shoes. What neither of them could have known at the time is that Scott would go on to fill Joe's. The FBI Academy trains agents to take down bad actors. More and more of these criminals operate online. No tool.
I really didn't jump out.
Scott doesn't have a
fight as an undercover in the FBI. If you're looking on paper, I really didn't jump out.
Scott doesn't have a fancy degree. He doesn't speak any foreign languages. His nickname is Big Country, for obvious reason.
Bro, I feel like that's the perfect guy for the FBI. Like, why you don't want some dude that's like a Harvard grad that only knows textbook. I feel like you want a dude that's like lived in shit and like dealt with shit because he has like hands-on experience with like fucked up stuff.
So he begins to work as an instructor at the school he just graduated from. Unorthodox, but it got him noticed by the right people.
He gotta look racist. I mean, bro, do you think that's one of the, they had to pick a guy that would like fit the bill. You know what I mean? Like, for him to infiltrate the KKK, they had to be like, we need a dude that's country white, bunch of tats, looks like he is potentially racist. Like, they're racially picking a guy to be fake racist.
Playing in these scenarios and people that are there who...
They would take me out? Oh, dude, they would immediately now.
Who were senior undercover.
I would not be able to fucking pose that.
...are watching because they're trying to recruit for other cases. And that's how my name started getting out there.
So after months, there's finally a possible assignment, one that Scott is perfect for. Sure, he's a redneck with almost no foreign language skills, not suitable for many undercovers, but he has something most other agents don't. He doesn't need to pretend to be a hard-living misfit. He is one. He knows he'll feel at home where he's about to go, but he has no idea how close he'll grow to the criminals he's been assigned to infiltrate.
Ooh, that's what I was just asking about.
And how hard it will be to turn on them.
People always have their own opinion of what undercover work is. Some people say it's acting, some people say it's lying. Essentially, this is the definition of undercover work. You are building relationships that you're going to betray.
Scott is...
I mean, dude, I feel like this is the perfect guy to ask the question of, like, do you think there's good in everybody? Because there has to be, like, for him to not want to turn some of these guys in, he has to like some of them. Even though they are full-on, like, insane racists.
On a mission, and his targets, these men, have just arrived. They're members of the Outlaws Motorcycle Club, the main rivals of the Hells Angels. They've been implicated in drug trafficking, prostitution, Motorcycle Club, the main rivals of the Hells Angels. They've been implicated in drug trafficking, prostitution rings, money laundering, the list goes on. And they're notorious for violence against rival gangs. Infiltrating them is exceedingly difficult. Scott Payne is here to do just that. But there's a problem. Part of the intelligence Scott was given is wrong. He was told they wouldn't be wearing their colors. Obviously they are. Scott has hoped to strike up a casual conversation, letting the topic of motorcycles arise naturally. But these guys are advertising their gang affiliate.
Bro, better walk up. So you guys like motorcycles? Trying to talk to, like, a notorious gang member that, like, traffics drugs, kills people. So you guys like Harley Davidson? I myself drive one. It's a big one with fire stripes on it. On the front side, it's a black motorcycle. Not that I like that color by any means. What says you?
He can't just go up and say, hey, you guys ride. His only choice is to make them come to him. Luckily, another part of the intelligence is right.
What did you say? I'm saying that's what he would have to say.
This guy, road named Spanky, loves to be the center of attention. So Scott steals...
Spanky likes to be the center of attention. How do they know that? Like, where are they getting this intel?
Luckily, another part of the intelligence is right. This guy, road named Spanky, loves to be the center of attention. So Scott steals it. He works the crowd. He tells jokes. He talks loudly. He draws attention to himself, making Spanky want to steal it back. Soon enough, Spanky asks where Scott is from and sends him a drink.
Spanky's called me over. He's introducing me to other people. And, of course, I'm getting more scrutiny. The more people I meet, the more scrutinized I am.
Everything seems to be going well, but the real scrutiny happens somewhere else.
So I walk into the bathroom, and as I'm at the urinal, and
some dude steps up to me and he just fucking looks right down at me. I feel like that'd be some crazy shit, bro. He stands right next to me at the urinal. There was a line of fucking 10 of them. Then he just looks straight at me. Not at my eyes, though.
A lot of bars, there's like a little
fucking crazy
box in front of the urinal, plexiglass. It might be flyers for a band coming up or a stripper coming to town or something like that.
Do you think they just beat the shit out of him? Oh, my God.
So I can see a little bit of a reflection. And I see this jacked, big dude come walking in. And I see him looking at each stall. And he's like, okay, that's empty. I see him looking under the stalls to make sure nobody's in there.
Oh, my God. Nah, I'd start panicking, bro. Stop. What do you fucking do? Does he got training for this? Is it like he's going, I'm going to die today.
And I'm watching this from a reflection. And then he comes walking up right beside me, and for a split second, I thought, oh, I'm getting jumped. I'm getting jacked right here. And that didn't happen. He says, so what brings you to Massachusetts?
All undercover FBI agents have a legend, a detailed made-up backstory that they have to commit to memory. He's from deep South Texas, up in Massachusetts for work. He loves Harleys and whiskey, and his name is Scott Calloway.
Oh my God, bro. I feel like I don't care how much you train for that. In that moment of like nervousness, do you think you would be able to stick to the story? You know what I mean? Like you're flat out being like, yeah, no, this is me. This is where I grew up. This is my family's names. Like you have an entire fake story, fake dad, fake mom, fake siblings, fake everything.
So happens, the guy grilling him in the bathroom is also named Scott. Scott Town.
A lot of undercovers, you bond with people, especially deep undercover long term. But there's...
Turns out me and him were both undercover trying to rat on each other. I was the FBI, he was the CIA. We had no idea.
There's never been another person I bonded with closer than Scott Town.
For a year and a half, Scott gets to know the outlaws. He drinks with them, rides with them, fights alongside them. He gains their trust. He becomes their friend. They call him Tex. Scott's legend may be a lie, but the friendships are real. Scott Town becomes like a brother.
He likes to drink, I like to drink. He likes to fight, I like to fight. He likes to ride and lift, I like to ride and lift. We completed each other's sentences. We were just kind of cut from the same cloth.
They even both have a daughter who's the exact same age.
Oh my
Scott
God.
Town is kind of a doppelganger, the person Scott Payne might have become had he not gone into law enforcement. Another gang member, Brian De La Vaga, aka Clothesline, also becomes a close friend of Scott's.
He said, and these guys are my brothers, and I grew up around them. He said, but I really don't have that many friends. Somebody that I know would take a bullet for me, and that I would take a bullet for. And in my mind, I'm looking at his face, and I'm going, oh, no, man, don't say it. And he looks at me and says, you're one of those guys.
Oh my God. And then having to fucking turn him in and be like, yo, no, that's like another level of shit. Bro, this guy being literally like a fake person. Not even like, you know, he's just a dickhead, actually. Like, he's literally pretending to be an like fake backstory, fake everything about him. The shock you would feel, bro.
Tomorrow is the big day. Over the course of last year, Scott has convinced the Outlaws that he's a high-ranking member of an international theft ring. They begin running jobs together. It begins small, with insurance fraud and vehicle trafficking. An outlaw
So he doesn't try to join them immediately. He tries to be like an affiliate of their system.
reports a motorcycle as stolen. He then files an insurance claim, while Scott sells the motorcycle across the border. A double win. Money from the insurance company, money from the sale. They do this again and again.
Dude, does the FBI ever cut, like, when this happens, does the FBI tell law enforcement, hey, don't crack down on this? Because, like, what happens if they end up getting caught and it's like, hey, no, let this go through? Like, no, we need this. You don't do anything.
With motorcycles and other vehicles. But tomorrow's job is different. Some of the Outlaws will be serving as security during a major drug deal, a gig arranged by Scott himself. He's revealed that he has connections with a Mexican drug cartel. No surprise, considering his line of work and his proximity to the Mexican border. The stakes are high. If they get caught, they'll be looking at serious jail time. And if something goes wrong during the deal, the bullets will start flying. So when Scott is told to meet the Outlaws at their clubhouse, he's not surprised. They probably want to go over the plan one last time. Scott arrives. The place is familiar. He's been here countless times. He knows what's behind every door in the building.
Oh my God, do you think they're suspicious of him? They shut the door. They're like, you're a narc, aren't you? We know who you are.
Except one. Clothesline leads him to that very door. Now he realizes that something is wrong.
Uh-oh.
Scott is told to strip. They need to check him for a wire.
Because of the stress of this happening, I forget my middle name. I'm having...
No! See, that's what I mean, dude. The fucking backstory falls. The backstory falls, bro. You forget everything. Oh, my God. Because he's probably just adrenaline right now, just freaking the fuck out.
An adrenaline dump. And for anybody who's ever had it, it can be any traumatic experience, but I'm having auditory exclusion. So what I hear sounds like I'm underwater. It's going whoosh, whoosh. So it's slow. I need you to take all your clothes off. It's slowing down. I'm getting time dilation in my eyes. Everything I see is in string grabs. Click, click, click. I can feel my heart beating through my entire body. My hamstrings get rubbery. Now,
oh my God, but do you think the other guy would see, like, wouldn't the other guy see that in his face? You know what I mean? Like, don't you think the other guy would be like, why are you so fucking nervous?
Clothesline has instructed me to take all my clothes off. Here's what I'll tell you. If I'm not wired, it's just an embarrassing moment. I'm naked in a small crawl space with two guys with pistols. Problem is, I'm wired to the hilt.
Oh, fuck. Give me 1 second. Gets naked, just swallows the wire. Fucking, what do you do in this situation?
But they don't find anything.
I have a condition.
Scott's recording equipment,
please,
is not taped to his chest, but in his clothing.
So my adrenaline starts settling, and I'm starting to come back to normal, and I think I'm done.
Oh, so his mic was like sewn into his clothes, and they didn't check his clothes?
And I get my pants back up. I don't know if I have my boots on yet or not. And then Clothesline grabs a piece of clothing that I was wearing. And that piece of clothing has a recording device in it. And I'm watching him, and he starts grabbing the clothing, and he's going through it nice and slow with his fingers. And I don't realize I do it, but there's an audible sigh. You can hear me go, because I don't even know. I don't even know I'm doing it. and he looks right at it and misses it. And I live to fight another day.
Like, would he have died right there? If they found that mic, would they have killed him?
Live to fight another day.
I don't know, because if they're like, yeah, I know you're saying 100%, but I'm like, if they killed him right there and then, wouldn't they like just storm in and be like, we know you killed him?
Two moving trucks enter the parking lot of the Brockton Holiday Inn. One is filled with drugs. The other is filled with money. A Mexican drug cartel is selling 40 kilograms of cocaine and 1,000 pounds of marijuana to Canadian buyers. The Mexicans aren't taking any risks. They've arranged an American security detail.
What does 1,000 pounds of marijuana look like? 40 kilograms of cocaine, sure, it's probably a few bricks. 1,000 pounds of marijuana. Pounds. How many ounces is a pound? 16. 16 ounces of marijuana per pound. So there's 16,000 ounces. Dude, that would like fill the truck. That would be literally an entire truck. How an FBI agent infiltrated the KKK. Lock in.
If there's any snitches in the group, we kill the snitches and they fire shots out of a gun. Boom, boom, and everybody's kind of getting scared.
April 21, 2017. A group of men stand in a remote field in
The KKK is still fucking up and running that strongly in 2017. I feel like a lot of the videos that we've seen about the KKK recently have been kind of showing that it seems more like just a group of racists versus people that actually try to do stuff. Still is now? No, I know they exist, but I'm saying like 60 years ago, you know, they were killing people. Now I feel like it's just like a gathering of racists.
middle of Alabama.
I don't know, though. This video is about to explain this to me.
It was nighttime, and I am blindfolded. I've been instructed to place my right hand on the right shoulder of the person in front of me in line because that signifies brotherhood.
The Brotherhood is the Ku Klux Klan, the United States' oldest, most notorious white supremacist hate group. This is one of their ceremonies. What they don't know, one of them is an FBI undercover agent, and he's no lightweight, 6'4", 260 pounds, covered in tattoos. His nickname, Hillbilly Donnie Brasco. He's gone undercover as a contract killer, a contraband smuggler, an arms dealer. He's put dozens.
Oh, do they work kind of like a biker gang in the sense of they still perform illegal like they sell drugs and do like that to make money? Then who the is that one guy that's the leader of the KKK that's in like Alabama and he just he does videos with like Gideon? Like, is that a different dude? That's that guy? There's no way that's the dude that's the leader. I mean, this is 2025 versus 2017, but Arkansas, not Alabama? Okay.
Dozens of people behind bars, from drug dealers to violent motorcycle gangs to pedophiles. He's befriended and brought down biker gangs and neo-Nazis, people who are planning kidnappings, murders, and the overall downfall of society.
My God.
And when he was saying we're going on a camping trip, what he was saying is we're going to kill somebody. And everybody's screaming, death to your, F your Jewish God, death to America. And then somebody says, America, and everybody's screaming, death to your, F your Jewish God, death to America. And
isn't the Ku Klux Klan a Christian, like, Aryan racial group? Like, wouldn't saying F your Jewish God effectively be saying F themselves? I don't think so. I thought it was a Christian group. They're Satanists. You realize the start of Satanism also isn't worshiping Satan. Satanism generally started as kind of the denial of religion in general. Also, what the fuck is on my head? I feel like I have a hive on my head right now. You see that shit? Yes, various Ku Klux Klan groups have historically and presently identified themselves as Christian organizations, specifically white Protestant Christians. Widely condemned by other Christian scholars, pastors, and theologians. Yeah, but it's like saying F your Jewish God is like, they all believe in the same God.
And then somebody says, if there's any snitches in the group, we kill the snitches and they fire shots out of a gun. Boom, boom.
We drove all the way over to his ranch in Tennessee, and he told us everything. This is the story of Scott Payne, the redneck turned FBI agent who infiltrated America's underbelly.
I would be so fucking nervous, chat. Oh my God. Imagine not even just being in the KKK. Like, imagine having to infiltrate a gang or like a mafia or a biker gang. Like, and you're knowingly becoming friends. You're not friends with them, but you have to portray that you're becoming friends with them. Like, you're getting close with these people, and they think that you're just in for the vibes. You know, they're like, yeah, no, you're one of us. No, you're a double agent. You're a double agent, but you're like, they have no fucking clue. And if they find out, they'll fucking kill you. How scary that is. Oh, dude, I could tell this is going to be a banger video. I'm assuming that if you're an FBI undercover agent, doing illegal activities with them is like null and void, right? Because to prove your I guess loyalty, you would probably have to run drugs and do illegal crime. Because there's no way you could be an undercover agent and not partake in the illegal activities. Yeah, outside of killing people.
The majority of this video is based on Scott Payne's book and podcast. Find the links in the description.
What I saw was a watery image. It was completely red, and there was a demon looking at me in that watery kind of ripple image with a grin and long crooked finger looking at me saying, "Come here," smiling.
Scott is 14 years old, and he's just seen a demon. The year before, his parents divorced, and Scott went down a dark path, consulting spirits, watching diabolical horror movies, satanic rituals, deals with the devil. That's what brought him here, a friend's house, spending the night. They've had a small amount of alcohol, but no drugs, no hallucinogens.
I would do like these little vignettes where I would pretend I was being possessed by a demon or I was the devil or whatever. I was on the couch and I was doing this scene from a movie where somebody is like being possessed by a demon. And so I'm fighting in my voice, and then the demon voice comes in and there's this battle. And at the end, the demon wins and possesses the person. So that's what I act like happened. And I'm laughing like the demon, and I rolled over.
It all started as a mock demonic possession, but then he actually saw a demonic figure. And this was his breaking point.
So let's just say after the demon scare, I got Jesus scared back into me, and that was it. Not that the devil was done with me, but I was done with him.
Halloween night 2019.
I've never heard of somebody faking being possessed. Okay, well, I think most possessions are fake. Like when you see the exorcisms that occur in like modern day videos where there's like pastors that they're not I would say they're more internet pastors in the effect of like they try to take online donations and they do like exorcisms on like random people and they'll claim to be the devil but have 3 fucking 120-pound weak guys holding them back. Like those are a little sketchy to me.
Scott on his final major undercover mission. And this is a goat. It was stolen and is now at the center of a pagan ritual. It's been nearly 35.
Chat, should I scratch this? What is that? Is that a big hive on my head? Roos's for the 3. It's a zit? No, dude, it's a spider bite. It fucking itches. I'm gonna leave it. I want to scratch it so bad. Like when you have eczema. Stop.
5 years since Scott's first encounter with the devil. But on this night, the devil is all around him. And he's definitely not done with Scott.
Now we're all in a circle around the goat. Somehow I ended up at the back of it. I don't know how. It's bad luck on my part, I guess, but I'm holding the legs of the goat. He's got this blade, and he's bringing it up and bringing it down in a practice swing, practice swing, practice swing. And finally somebody says, just do it. Eisen comes down with every bit of force he's got and hits the back strap of the goat, and I don't even know if it broke a hair. I don't know if it's because the back strap's too thick, the blade was too dull, but he hit it, and
I don't think you could clean slice a goat's head off with a machete. Maybe a really fucking sharp one. I feel like if you were trying to chop like a goat's head off, you'd need like an axe.
You heard the goat was just go bah, and I'm like, oh man, this is gonna get bloody and bad real fast.
The man swings again. Again. Nothing. Finally, the blade is replaced with a gun.
I said, whoa, whoa, whoa. And he's like, what? I'm like, man, look at what you're shooting at. We're all in a circle around this thing. And then he looks, puts a round right in the head of the goat, and it hits the ground. So you think you're done? No, you're not done. Now they slice the throat of the goat.
Oh, God, don't tell me they got to drink the blood or some bullshit. Oh, fuck.
And they fill up a cup full of blood.
One of them pulls out a sheet of LSD.
What? Oh, my God. They're trying to perform a satanic ritual, and then they're going to take acid and drink the blood. Oh, my God. Literally doomed perma-trip. Doomed perma-trip. What the fuck? You're not getting out of that the same dude you were when you came in.
He approaches each man one by one.
Basically, they would take the hit of acid under their tongue, chase it with the blood of the goat.
I am always curious about how, like, undercover FBI agents don't give themselves away when they're doing that stuff. Like, if he has to... Well, I don't know if this is a part of it yet, but, like, say you're undercover and they're like, hey, you got to do this drug with us. Like, how do you keep that facade of, like, I'm Donnie Blank when your actual name's, like, Derek Roberts? And now you're fucking hallucinating, you're tripping balls, and you're having, like, regular conversation.
To signify the sacrifice, or solidify the sacrifice.
Very well mentally trained. Bro, I understand the level of mental training, but I truly believe, like, any level of mental training is, like, unless they're doing the mental training under hallucinogens, that shit's cracking you, bro. When you're tripping, you're under a different mindset. When you're tripping that hard, if you're on, like, 1-2 grams of mushrooms, that's different. But if you're, like, tripping balls, I don't care, like, any level of training you have, bro. You're not... Like, you're going to say anything.
Scott is one of the few who decline.
So when it gets around to me...
he says no?
At the end, I'm looking at the blood, and it's already coagulated. It's all chunky and clotty, and I'm looking at it going, man, I really don't want to turn this up and drink it. I mean, this is disgusting. So I dipped my fingers deep into the blood, pulled them out, and then sucked all the blood off my fingers.
This is not the Ku Klux Klan. This group is younger, better equipped, and preparing for a bloodbath. And not only animal blood, but the blood of any human who isn't one of them. Jewish and Black Americans, and anyone they consider traitors to the white race. They're by far the most dangerous group Scott will ever infiltrate. Unfortunately for these tripping blood-drinking white supremacists, Scott Payne has other plans. It's exactly the kind of thing—
God, can I say I find it shocking that you could trip and still hold resentment towards groups of people. I have hallucinated 10 times, or around 10 times. Like I've tripped like 10 times. And I've had bad trips and I've had good trips. Never once have I been equally or more resentful for anybody. Like, I feel like every time you come out of there and you're like, man, people all have their own problems. People are going through their own shit. I got to be more kind. I feel like every time I get out of that, I'm like, I got to be a better person. I'm never like tripping and then going, yeah, white people are the solution. What?
He spent the last 17 years working to prevent.
I became an FBI agent in 1998, and by 2002, I'd already done some undercovers for the FBI.
It's like echo chambers. Yeah, I think it is the people you're surrounding too. I mean, it is set and setting, right? And if your set and setting is right before taking that acid, chopping a goat's head off, sucking the blood out, and then talking about how you only like white people.
But I wasn't yet certified through the FBI undercover school. So I finally got a slot.
September 2002, Quantico, Virginia. This is the FBI Academy. If you make it through the year-long application process, if you pass the physical and psychological assessments, the tests, the polygraphs, the interviews, the background checks, if you make it through all that, you end up here, in a 20-week training program. If you get through the 20 weeks, you become an FBI agent. Scott's been here before. Now he's back, about to start the training program for undercover agents. Getting admission to the program is hard enough. Graduating is even harder. Only about half the admittees make it through.
It's a 2-week school with no days off. We're very big on sleep deprivation. You're going through multiple scenarios of all shapes and sizes. And there's only 20 slots for the class.
Others break down.
There's 20 slots for the class, but don't you think they also would like hand select people that are diverse? The worst internet trends still happening today. Lock in.
Some internet and social media trends are stupid, some are dangerous, and some are both. These are what we're going to dive into. These are the worst internet trends still happening today.
What is an internet trend that people are still doing? Yo, y'all remember Galaxy Gas? What happened to that? That was an internet trend. Devious Licks? Well, that's just stealing. The Devious Licks trend is still happening today. No, okay, just robbing people. Stealing. Cinnamon Challenge, Tide Pod Challenge. Nobody does that anymore. Yeah, they all died. Yeah, the people that did Galaxy Gas.
Goal, guys, is 2.5 million subscribers by the end of 2026.
Yeah, what happened to that? What was that guy's name? He's like, yo, my name was it Lil T? Lil Tay? What was his name? He was eating a French fry.
It is crazy, so it would mean the world if you...
My name Lil T, man. Does he still do Galaxy Gas? They still sell that shit at Walmart?
Subscribe, and I promise to do my very best to put out the best videos I possibly can for you. I'm Visual Venture, and
yeah, Visual Venture with a new cut. Low-key looking fire.
You are awesome. Swarming. This trend is awful because it doesn't affect those doing it. Instead, it causes problems for random people who just happen to be nearby. The trend has...
Oh, is swarming where you just get like a group of 30 people to run into a Best Buy and just start stealing shit? Or they just run it because it's like too many people to stop.
Different names depending on who you ask. Some call it swarming or steaming. Others call it teen takeovers. But
like the Scientology raid. Okay, well, going in and stealing shit I don't think is funny. But people running into the Scientology building and then everybody freaking out on the inside, I don't think that's harmful. Is that fucked up? They just run into the building and everybody immediately goes, you gotta leave. I'm like, what do you have in the back room? Holy shit. What do you have in the back room? They start freaking out. I'm like, dude, it's just an office building. It's an what are we doing? Rituals in the back?
The same.
It's trespassing? Yeah, bro, but I'm saying like they're not hurting someone.
Social media calls for mobs of young people to show up at shopping malls with the goal of causing total chaos.
Yeah, see, this is what I was talking about. This is fucked.
People use TikTok and Snapchat to gather hundreds of teens in the same place at the same time. It could be a store, a fast food spot, or even a parking lot, and they all show up for one...
Yeah, we gonna run up that McDonald's parking lot.
One reason: to cause trouble.
Is it advertised as a let's come cause chaos? For the most part, yes.
We all gonna pull up to the local McDonald's and get a water cup. But we ain't getting water.
That's what it appears to be. It's bring your drama.
During these swarms, people become rowdy and the property is damaged. But this trend isn't new. It traces back to a crime from years ago. In the early 2010s, flash mob robberies started happening. Groups would rush into stores, grab what they could, and run. Because there were so many people, the staff was...
I love those videos where people run into an Apple store and rip the iPhones out. You ever see the video of that guy that did that? I think he was alone, too. He just walks into an Apple store, rips 20 phones off the fucking wall, shoves them in his pants, and, like, waddles out. I'm like, all of those have trackers on them. Like, every single one. They know where all of those phones are going. Dude, robbing an Apple store is actually the dumbest thing ever. I'm like, you realize they could just track that. Like, you're not, and also, isn't it like a brick phone? I'm pretty sure, like, they're just show phones. They're not actually, like, usable.
Overwhelmed. It was impossible to stop or identify any of the culprits. There are reports of flash mob robberies happening as far back as 2011. At the time, people used text messages and early social media to plan raids. But today, technology just makes it much easier. Now, a single post can reach thousands of people in minutes. A location is shared, a time is set, and a crowd shows up.
Organized on social media, a wave of spur-of-the-moment meetups has been creating chaos in American cities and has even spread overseas.
Shop owners have little time to respond. They could only watch as their items were stolen. Sometimes stores shut down early to stay safe.
But I'm just locking the doors. You know what dude, that's exact. If I see this happen and 500 people storm in and just start stealing shit, I'm auto-locking the doors and walking into the back room and just calling the cops. They could start vandalizing shit. It'll be on camera. Like,
were stolen. Sometimes stores shut down early to stay safe.
But I love that shit, though. Not like these raids. Have you ever seen those videos where, like, it'll be some woman walking into a gas station, some person, they go to steal shit, they lock the doors, they try to leave, and it goes like, and it goes, you know, they go. Then the dude comes walking up behind them. They're like, yeah, I know you have shit in your pocket. They're like, no, I don't. They try to break out through a metal door.
Restaurants had already locked down their doors and sheltered in.
Isn't that unlawful imprisonment? I have no idea. I actually don't know. But I do have the take that if you're going to try and steal shit from like a Best Buy and they lock you out or they lock you in, I think that's hilarious. If you're trying to rob a store and then you get locked inside, that's funny.
Place inside.
Swarming spread to multiple countries, including London, Australia, and Canada. At that point, it stopped being just a trend. It became a public safety issue. As the incidents increased, police began to take them seriously. The goal was to stop swarming before it started, so officers monitored TikTok and Snapchat for planned swarms.
When police found out that there was a takeover planned here, they started adding more resources like this.
In some cases, police arrived too late. Crowds already formed and stores were overwhelmed. In those situations, officers arrested people who refused to leave. And even after the crowd cleared, police reviewed CCTV and body cam footage. They used it to identify and arrest those involved. Sometimes they released the footage so the public could help. Some parents who discovered their children took part even turned their kids into the police. But in the end, business owners were the ones affected the most. Swarming made it harder to run their stores. Stores that could afford it added more security. Others closed early when they saw crowds forming outside. It became one of their biggest headaches.
And the problem is fucking light a round off into the ceiling. You shouldn't do that. That would be bad. People would stop, though.
They don't recognize the financial and economic damage they're doing to that community.
Unfortunately, there's no clear way to shut down this trend, especially because there's no clear leader. It's just a group of troublemakers acting at the same time. Swarming is still happening as of today. And as long as social media
Why are they
makes
doing it out of Popeyes? What are you getting out of a Popeyes?
It's easy to organize, we don't know when it will end. Our next chapter is about creators who found a way to go viral by filming people at their lowest point. Poverty tourism gone wrong. This trend is straightforward. Creators and
free food? What are you gonna fucking run in the back? You have to pay for it before they make it. You're just gonna run into the back, start fucking cooking up your own shit.
influencers film people in tough environments and post it online. Sometimes it looks like kindness or spreading awareness, but for some creators, their real goal is to make the video go viral. And the worse the situation
Yeah, you give a homeless guy $20, make the video a minute long.
looks, the better the video performs. In late 2025, YouTuber Pete Z posted a video titled "I Survived India's Deadliest Slum." Pete traveled to India and spent 3 days in one of the largest slums in the world. The video went viral for all the wrong reasons. First, people were offended by how Pete described the area. He emphasized police corruption, violence, and robberies. They also accused him of turning the misery of people into entertainment. Reporters called it poverty tourism.
Yeah, I think you gotta tread a thin line in like reportive content like that. Like I think Andrew Fraser does a great job where he'll go to areas like that and like kind of give them the mic and just be like, hey, you just describe how it is here. Rather than you just being some like, you know, Nepo baby fucking first world country motherfucker going somewhere and being like, do you see how dirty it is here?
It became a global story.
Like, who the fuck are you?
Despite the backlash, the video stayed up. It was offensive, but not illegal. But this next creator named Keith Castillo took things much further. In 2025, Keith was struggling to get views on his video, so he came up with a new idea. He would film himself giving gifts to random homeless people. I mean, that sounds like a good thing, but the gifts weren't actually gifts. Instead of
the ones where they walk into a pizza place, I'm gonna order 1,000 pizzas to give out to homeless people. Are you gonna charge me full price for that? For the homeless? Just guilt tripping a small business owner into being like, oh no, we'll pay.
Food or warm clothes, he gave them inappropriate and harmful items. Castillo titled his video, "Keeping the Homeless."
Oh my God, is it a fucking RainBet ad?
In the streets. Viewers felt the idea was unsettling. It implied that encouraging harmful.
Oh, sorry, I don't know if I could pay for this. Let me hit a blackjack hand real quick.
habits would only make their situation worse. Many
That's steak, same shit, bro. It's just any gambling site.
people hated it.
That looked like a horrible clickbait antic that he was engaging in.
But Keith brushed off the backlash. He said he spoke to police and was told it wasn't illegal. When they asked him why he did it, Keith said he was following trends that he saw other creators doing. It was all for views.
He also didn't seem too concerned with handing out alcohol to potential substance abusers, saying, honestly, I don't care, bro. It's good for the clicks and views, you know?
But as the backlash continued, he claimed the video
Wait, so what was he giving them? Just like alcohol and shit, or like that's it? I don't.
was just a...
I'm not saying that's good, but I'm saying they're saying like harmful substances, knives. He was giving them knives? Is that a knife handle?
Potential substance abusers, saying, honestly, I don't care, bro. It's good for the clicks and views, you know?
But as the backlash continued, he claimed the video was just a skit. He also said he took the harmful items back after filming. Since then, Keith has not repeated this kind of content.
I feel like that's almost worse. Hey, here's a bottle of alcohol. Just kidding. It's for a video. I'm going to use this, by the way. See ya.
But the trend unfortunately lives on. Keith's video looked like an act of generosity, but it was the exact opposite, calling something one thing when it's clearly another. And most cell phone companies have been doing the same thing to us for years. They show you one price and your bill. The garlic trend. This trend promised
the garlic trend
to solve a problem millions face, but the solution did more harm than good. It was called the garlic in nose trend, and it started gaining attention in 2021. A woman with a blocked nose decided to try a health hack. She filmed herself putting a clove of garlic into her nose. Then she left it there for about 10 minutes. When she pulled it out, her mucus came out and the garlic looked like it cleared her nose. Blocked noses affect many people, and this looked like an easy fix. Thousands of...
You know what I've never used that's the actual solution for this, that I'm just waiting one day to get my hands on one. It's not like I can't buy one. One of those fucking pot things where you pour water in your nose and it shoots out the other end. I want to use one of those. Neti pot. I love those videos. Somebody that's sick, they attach it to their nose and you just see green mucus just spewing out and they're just going...
People started trying it. It even made it on the
It's like getting your brain sucked out of your body.
News. And almost every time they did this...
Ew? Yeah, but it's clearing, dude. You know how relieving that is? You know when you get sick and you have like a clogged nose for a week and you actually like forget what it's like to breathe normally, and then the day you hear and it like unpops. Maybe that's just me. I do have a deviated septum as well, so I only breathe out of one nostril at a time. But when I'm sick, it'll just be like, and you're like, you blow your nose for the final time, you're like, oh my God, I could breathe again.
The same thing happened.
What I normally do if my nose is clogged is I'll go into the shower, get it really hot, and just stand there. Wait for the steam to undo the...
Pulled the garlic out and mucus followed.
Steam up the whole room.
It quickly became a TikTok trend. More than 94.9 million clips were shared on TikTok with the hashtag garlic in nose. Many TikTok trends are reckless, but this one seemed safe and helpful. Garlic is natural after all. Some TikTokers even caption their videos, "This is not dangerous. The garlic just cleans your sinuses out." But that wasn't true. This hack was actually risky. People just didn't realize it. And behind the scenes, problems were already happening. One TikTok user said she massively regretted trying this trend. She pulled the garlic out after just 1 minute.
What? And it was a massive part of his campaign? How'd that one work out for us? In a 2014 study out of Oxford, nearly 1 in 8 politicians displayed clinically significant psychopathic traits. In the general population, it's somewhere between 1 in 100 to 1 in 25.
I feel like it's higher in politicians, but it's like a toss of a coin, man. It's like so hard. Like they're like using the thing again. They're like mimics, right? Like a psychopath in like a political area is just mimicking everyone else, but you have no idea whether or not they actually have emotions. Like they're just acting like they do.
Politics, it's 1 in 8.
Because there are, like, it's impossible to say all politicians are shitty, because there are good politicians. I just think a lot of politicians that get into power end up being psychopaths because they're the most successful.
Perhaps power doesn't actually corrupt. Maybe it attracts the already corrupted. Now on to number 6, media and TV personalities. Fake, 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 fake. They're all playing characters. And it
yeah, they're playing characters, but are they psychopaths? I don't know. Like, I don't think Jimmy Fallon's a psychopath. I think if you look at like old videos of Jimmy Fallon, he's just like wholesome. I think now he's like annoyingly happy, and it's like, and you tell him about anything, he's like, oh, really? Oh, really? It rained the other day. Oh, wow. Really? It's just like, okay, man. It's like he has the worst job ever. I like actually being Jimmy Fallon and having to act like you love every story and every person is just like painstakingly shitty. Like, I can't get over that. You watch a Jimmy Fallon interview, he's like, oh my God. So me and my friend went to McDonald's the other day. And how was it? You have me on my toes here. You have me on my toes here. Was it great? Was it great? What'd you get? Oh, a Big Mac? Was it the big arch? Did you like it? It's just, dude, I just can't.
Works because they're so emotionally detached, they really couldn't give a shit. See, when you're rewarded for attention rather than accuracy.
Oh, do you think rappers would make the list? I don't know. I feel like you have to be like emotionally in touch to be a rapper, like in some way. Even if you're demented, it's like you have emotions. King Von? Yeah, but King Von had emotions. I think he was like a very aggressive individual. But psychopaths can be aggressive. They just don't have empathy.
Empathy becomes a major liability. Television rewards narcissism. Do I care more about the truth of the matter or about what will cause more outrage and get more clicks? Kevin Dutton said it best. Psychopaths are social predators who charm, manipulate, and ruthlessly plow their way through life. So naturally, when you put these people behind a camera, they don't debate, they hunt. Take Jordan Peterson's interview with this bitch whose name I couldn't be bothered learning. He went there under the guise of having a friendly, cordial discussion about his new book. She ends up trying to tear him a new asshole, very unsuccessfully might I add, and saying to him minutes before going live, this will be quite the war. Sick, twisted, attention-hungry people. The more outrage they cause, the more views, and the more views, the more validation for people who feel nothing inside. Speaking of what's on the inside, number 5 is actually surgeons, the superheroes of the psychopaths. You need to realize, throughout medical school, these guys are trained to no longer view the human body as a person's body. They need to view it more like a machine. Different systems, different parts.
I don't know. Could you say that like surgeons psychopaths? Or yeah, they probably have a higher level of psychopaths for sure, and it's also like a high level of, you know, success and money that comes with it. So I get people going into that field for the monetary gain versus like, you know, caring about saving lives. But I also feel like some surgeons that aren't psychopaths might test higher on low empathy ratings just because they've become numb to the job. Like, if you've seen 500 people die on a fucking operating table, like at some point it means nothing. Like, the weight becomes less.
That's all. The people who do this the best, the ones who can completely emotionally detach. Just think about what these guys do on a regular basis. Slicing through skin, cutting through bone, operating on young children. And when it's all over, no crying, no celebrating, just moving on to the next patient. And one of the major attractions for those with psychopathic traits, you're basically playing God. Mix intelligence, status, and control over life and death, you're practically writing a love letter to psychopathy. As Kevin Dutton notes, psychopaths aren't all killers. Some of them are saviors. They just so happen to save you.
Dude, I can't imagine having to do like open heart surgery, man. I kind of feel like it might actually be better you have a psychopath doing that. Like somebody that's just so robotic. Like, I couldn't have some, because it's like lower heart rate, not as stressed out, better, you know? Versus a guy that's like, oh, fuck, what if this kid dies? You know? Like, they just need to be, like, you can't have, your thoughts need to be fully just on the operation rather than like, oh, this is so sad, you know? Like, oh, God, what if I mess up? Like, you can't get, you got to just be in the zone.
With the same level of empathy they'd use to fix a car. But hey.
I'd be scared to EpiPen myself. Nah, I could EpiPen myself. I think I could do like, okay, I'm not saying I think I could do surgery. I think if I had to be a surgeon, I'd be able to do like knee surgery. I have knee surgery next Thursday. Some shit like that. But like, I couldn't do like brain surgery. Something that could kill you. Fuck no.
Thank God for surgeons. One group of psychos I definitely don't thank God for: salespeople. Psychopaths love sales. It's the perfect storm of manipulation, charm, and reward. They mirror your tone, your body language, your beliefs, all to build trust they don't actually feel. It's just a game to them. They read you like a player at a poker table. They find your weakness, they exploit it, and they smile with a shit-eating grin while doing it. And once they close the deal, that dopamine hit isn't from helping you, it's from beating you. And the scary part is, they're good. Really good. They're expert social...
Some of them are, well, yeah, no, I think psychopaths are probably good salesmen. You ever see like a really shitty, you ever talk to a really shitty salesman before at like a car dealership or some shit? You're just like, yeah, this ain't for you, man. Could even be like a store, like a regular, like whatever they're working on commission, not a car necessarily, but like you're at like a supplement store or somewhere where they're like pitching you something and you're like, man, this is not for you. You are way too fucking awkward. You could tell when they're good at it when they're like, hey, how you doing? And they like kind of force it onto you in a sense where it's like, hey, do you want help with any? No, it's just like, hey, I see. What are you here for? Oh, protein? What kind of protein are you looking for? Actually, I was just wondering, like, what are your like goals in this? And they just start like, they open the door to that conversation.
Chameleons. They know
insurance salesmen. Those guys are psychopaths.
Fake it till they make it. They combine their superficial charm with zero guilt or empathy, and the result is Jordan Belfort-like salespeople willing to say or do anything for their commission. Number 3 on the list are the people at least partly responsible for how
one of these is I think probably number 1 CEOs.
Up Western society has become in modern times. Media executives and journalists. If salespeople manipulate individuals, these pricks manipulate entire populations. The news industry used to be about truth. Now it's about
Twitter account holders.
Engagement. And engagement doesn't come from accuracy, it comes from outrage. Psychopaths love outrage. Remember, psychopaths have no empathy, no remorse, no guilt. They're pathological liars and they can be crazy ambitious. So in a world where attention is currency, they're willing to say or do anything to control.
Like propaganda pages. Like if you work for like a news media outlet that just spews shit.
Your attention. Behind every breaking story is someone doing psychological calculus. How do we make people angry enough to click, scared enough to share, outraged enough to stay tuned? These people don't report the news anymore. They engineer it. And psychos love this kind of ecosystem because they don't have to pretend about caring for who gets hurt, who's defamed, or who loses everything. They're social predators who manipulate without remorse. Number 2 is lawyers. If there was ever a profession built to reward
Never even thought about that. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Like a defense lawyer. My client didn't kill this person. He literally did. It's on a security CCTV. Well, that's not him.
It's this one. You get paid to argue, manipulate emotions, and twist the truth until it fits your client's version of reality. And Kevin Dutton's research supports it. Lawyers have one of the highest rates of psychopathy in the world. They put their work
criminal defense lawyer.
Under the guise of the pursuit of justice, and yet they'll gladly defend murderers, rapists, and child molesters. Now, yes, I understand.
Well, yeah, no, he's going to say, yeah, there's a chance that they're innocent, so it's like not all of them are, but it's just like some cases that they take where it's like, dude, this guy's fucked.
In the argument, I'd rather defend a guilty person than have an innocent person sit in jail. I understand that everyone deserves legal representation to the best of their ability. But how?
No, I'm not blaming them for doing it, but I do understand why psychopaths are higher in that field.
How do some lawyers sleep at night knowing they've just defended a legitimate monster? Like, genuinely, how does the dream team...
That, or you could say the flip, where there's a lawyer that's prosecuting a guy that's like more seemingly innocent, and then they get him put away.
Who defended OJ, sit there knowing their client is guilty as fuck, and then just push that aside to get him acquitted. Pursuit of justice, my ass. It's the pursuit of winning. There's the thrill of deception, the allure of power and prestige, and permission to manipulate as long as you do it with...
Yeah, I have no idea what that fucking clip was, bro. That had nothing to do... Was that Speed? Who was that? That was like a WWE guy getting like fucking twerked on.
In the rules. And who wrote those rules? Other goddamn lawyers. Psychopaths write the rules for how psychopaths can defend...
That was Booker T. I couldn't see his face. Couldn't see his face. It was just all ass.
And other psychopaths. Amazing. Anyways, before diving into number 1, we've got a little bonus career where quite a few psychopaths are found. Want to take a guess? We'll say it together on 3.
CEOs.
1, 2, 3... police officers. Now,
What? It's not. Oh wait, does CEO count as a job? I don't know if CEO is like CEO is just like you're a company owner of what? Cops are number one.
depending on which list you read, this one sometimes ranks even higher than lawyers, which ain't exactly surprising. See, the job attracts people who crave structure, hierarchy, and control. But for some, that control turns into power.
Oh, this isn't top one. This is a bonus.
Read, this one sometimes ranks even higher than lawyers, which ain't exactly surprising. See, the job attracts people who crave structure, hierarchy, and control. But for some, that control turns into power, and that power becomes pleasure. The badge gives authority, the uniform gives legitimacy, and the gun gives fear. Now, before the comment section turns into a war zone, no, not every cop is a psychopath. Many genuinely want to serve and protect, and thank God for them. I don't even want to imagine what society would be like without police. But here's the uncomfortable truth. If you have psychopathic traits, being a cop gives you a socially sanctioned way to act them out. You can intimidate, command, and control and still be applauded for it. Kevin Duncan calls it the mask of morality, when psychopathic behavior hides behind a noble mission. Speaking of which, that mask, especially in today's day and age, is often worn so much by the guys at number one on the list, CEOs.
Okay, I was gonna say it has to be.
To me, this one's straightforward as hell. You really think Peter Thiel is a normal human being? Then you've got those fake altruistic...
Oh, well, no, Peter Thiel knows about the Antichrist, so yeah, he has to be.
I'm just a good guy CEOs like Sam Altman. This guy's a 40-something-year-old tech founder from Silicon Valley, and yet he goes on the Joe Rogan Experience and acts like he doesn't know what kind of effect Coke has on people.
Is that something Coke makes people want to do? It seems to me like it just makes people like angry and chaotic.
That fake naivety...
Yeah, they always act dumb. Why do they always act dumb? Whenever they do an interview, it's like they try to act really stupid to seem like they're more like humble than they are. Like that's like billionaires in general. They'll like hop on something. They'll be like, oh no, like what, but they won't be like dumb in the sense of like, oh, how much is milk? They'll be like, oh really? I don't understand. What is that? Like the very basic concept everybody knows about. What do you mean? Oh, cocaine makes you more excited and like hyper? Oh, I've never done that.
That's
Bro, you're worth $1 billion. You're telling me you've never snorted coke before, buddy? Get out of here, pal. You're probably one of the only people that could get access straight to the fucking source. No fentanyl and that shit. I know you do it.
Exactly what psychopaths do. They disarm...
Literally dead ass. Like, if you're a billionaire, you're like one of the only people that could get access to like 1970s cocaine. Like, you could fucking go to Pablo Escobar himself and get him to give you some shit straight out of the mill.
You with sincerity they don't actually feel. It's all just a show to them. Studies have found that 1 in 5 corporate leaders show strong psychopathic traits.
He's in jail. Pablo Escobar's dead. You're talking about, oh my God, what is his name? Not El Mencho. El Mencho's also dead. Who's the guy in like a Colorado prison? El Chapo. Sorry, I was trying to look him up. Joaquin Guzman.
The same ratio as in prisons. Business at the highest level is war without bullets. You win by outsmarting, undercutting, or straight up swallowing the competition. And if you can do that without getting emotionally attached to people or consequences, you're rewarded with millions or even billions of dollars. The appeal to psychopaths is obvious. They're calm under pressure, can put on the fake charm when need be, they're utterly ruthless in negotiations, and they can fire a 1,000-person department without giving it a second's thought. And don't think you finance bros are off the hook. When psychologists collected this data, hedge fund managers and investment bankers were grouped in with the corporate execs. Superficial charm, inflated egos, no remorse, and manipulation to achieve their own ends. You're all little Patrick Batemans on the inside. So yeah, we like to think evil looks obvious. The serial killer, the dictator, the monster lurking in the dark. In reality, they're running...
The finance guy I talk to, bro, I love him. But I don't think he's a psychopath, but he's like cut and clean, bro. I talk to him, he'll ask me about like how my business is going, like social media in general. And he'll just be like, oh really, that's so interesting. Like 30 times in a conversation. Oh, really? Oh, really? That's so interesting. Tell me more. And I'll be like, yo, there's no way you're actually caring about this.
Companies hosting talk shows, writing laws.
Oh, really? Oh, really? Every time in that exact tone.
And cutting people up in all.
I love him, though. He's so interesting. And when he says that, I giggle every time.
In order to save their lives. Again, not everyone in these careers is a psychopath.
Oh, really? That's fascinating.
Obviously. But I've got almost 100k subscribers now. The statistics say around 1,000 to 4,000 of you are straight up psychos. I still love you all. Thanks for watching. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And
let's read the comments. How people make money is the name of the channel. As my cousin suggested some career options for me, and she said, "Jerk." Wait, what? For me, and that jerk sent me this video. Oh my god, I almost misread that. Skipping words, not great. That's why I hang with engineers or blue collars in general. They just want to fix stuff. Bro's acting like every person in any category of that job is immediately a psychopath. It's like just a higher percentage. Politicians, medical field, it's full of them. Psychopaths are bred to run major corporations. Sheer lack of empathy that's required to lay off 5,000 people to a small town factory, go home later, sleep like a baby. Yeah. It's just shitty companies need to be shitty companies are ran that way. But it's like big tier companies, you need a guy that's just like, yeah, I'll do that. Oh yeah, we're breaking the table out. Welcome everybody. We're doing a new segment right now called Rating Chat's Favorite Snacks. It rhymes. We're going to be doing does it rhyme? Chat's favorite snacks. It kind of rhymes. Almost, maybe. I had a channel open where you guys could recommend your favorite snacks to munch on to me. For like 2 weeks. We got like 5,000 submissions. I scrolled through all of them. Not all of them. I kind of eyes glazed, just started picking random ones out. We're going to go through 30 of them today. Some you may have heard of, some you probably have never heard of, and some of them are absolutely disgusting. We're going to be rating them on a scale of 1 to 10. I wish I had grabbed the chat's usernames that recommended these items, because then we could just ban them if their favorite snack was dog shit. But that would have been too hard, and I'm lazy as fuck. So, we have 30 to go through, varying chips, cakes, snacks. We have a dead octopus, a few things that we're going to be rating, and I'm excited. A 1... we have to define our scale here, chat. A 1 is going to be absolute horseshit. I would never wish anybody would eat this. It shouldn't exist. Number 5, right, so middle of the road, would be, you know, I'm not that big of a fan of this, but if I'm hungry, I'll eat it. And 10 is, my God, this is peak. I would buy this right now. You just put me on to a new snack. Let's lock in, chat. We're random picking the snacks we're gonna get. I gotta go grab them. They're right over here. A lot of these you're not gonna get to come in because it's fucking November on with this trail mix here, because this looks like a Ziploc bag I would get weed in from a drug dealer, and it just has a sticker image of an AI Santa Claus. That's gonna get a 4. That was bad. Next. The holidays are here, and people are buying gifts for each other left and right, and a lot of people save up for the holidays specifically knowing that they need to spend money on their loved ones for gifts, but the problem is they put that money in a low-yield savings account. They don't make money on their money, but with Chime, the sponsor of today's video, they make that process a whole lot easier. Chime does 2 big things I want to talk about. Number 1, they offer up to 3.5% APY. That is 8 times higher than the national average of 0.4. What that means is if you have $10,000 in a Chime high-yield savings account, that will generate $350 of interest, 3.5%. Obviously, do the math. You could whip out your calculator and fact check me per year. If you have it in the national average, that $10,000 is only to get $40. $40. Less than 8 times what you would get with Chime. They also have saving goals, which help you track what you want to have in a given time. If you're saving up for a vacation, a trip, whatever it may be. Chime simplifies savings even more with a savings goal calculator. You put in what you want to get, what you're going to put in per month, and it tells you how long you're going to have to save to achieve whatever you're trying to get to, whether it be saving for presents, a trip, a house, a car, whatever it may be. With Chime, you can also set a percentage of your paycheck to go directly into your high-yield savings account, which makes sure that you're keeping track and keeping yourself accounted for what you need to save up for whatever goals you may have. And with Chime, after every purchase rounds up to the nearest dollar, and then you get more and more savings over time. You don't even really notice it at the forefront, but over a year, 2 years, 3 years, you're like, wow, I've saved up that amount of money just from, you know, rounding up pennies on the dollar. Yeah! Start earning on your savings today and get up to $350 with a new Chime account. Scan the QR code right here or click the link in the description. Thank you to Chime for sponsoring this video, and let's get back into it. In here, this is half the bag. This is half the bag. Ooh! I forgot a lot of the ones that I ordered. Now, this person has some class, okay? This is dried mango slices. Ooh. These are good. I'm hoping that they're the artificial, like, sugar-filled ones. This is the big news. If it comes out brown and really flat, it's gonna be gross. No, they're the candy ones. Awesome. They're, like, covered in sugar. You can get the organic ones, and they're, like, really flat and hard. Oh. Yeah. Oh, my God. These are peak, dude. I gotta say. Brooke put me on these a while ago. Not this brand, but... If you're a fan of mango, you would fucking love these. Oh, they're so fucking good. The texture's amazing, and they're just sweet. I gotta say these are a 10. Should I hand out a 10 this early? I don't know. This might be the best thing that we'll eat today. I'm not gonna lie. I already eat these. I would say these are a 10. Maybe a 9.5. I'll go 9.5. It could be better. Because there's not like... If you had the enjoyable taste of this, but the addictiveness of, like, the Donitas, then it would be a 10. This is 9.5. Tastes really good. You want to eat a lot of them, but, like, I couldn't eat a whole bag. I feel like I'd feel like shit. But they're really good. Another basic one, veggie straws. Y'all fuck with veggie straws? I'll eat them, but I gotta say, for the person that recommended this as their favorite snack, you could have gone, like, any flavor, you know? That'd be like somebody saying their favorite chip is a yellow bag of Lay's potato chips. This is a basic flavor. They got some spicy ones. I gotta say on it. You ever see the videos of, I don't know what country it's in, but they'll take an alive squid and put it into a cup, and it'll go... And it'll, like, suck up the juices, and then they just fucking pink like a dock. Not like fish, but like the smell of fish. You know what I mean? Like you're standing next to a guy that's filleting a fish, and you're like, oh, that smells bad. Like that. And so, no. It let me know that it was squid fairly middle into the experience. Maybe on the back end, I would be able to deal with that aftertaste. But me tasting the fishiness. The spice wasn't bad, though. It was just that back end. I did gag, so I surely can't give it better than the fucking the Santa poop. God, what do I give this? Full of weed.
The Outlaws. Surveillance at every entrance. 4 men in the parking lot there to provide protection, unload the drugs, and count the money. Everyone is armed and antsy. One false move and all hell could break loose. The deal is wrapped up quickly. The transfer is complete. All the money's there.
It's so weird to me. I know this is 2006, but it's so weird to me like they're moving that level of weed. Because I could just go to a store and buy weed, like right now. I know it's different state by state, and there is still weed sold illegally in states where it's legal and illegal. But like, I feel like the weed business the illegal weed business has to have gone down drastically since the early 2000s. Because like, I could just go to a store and buy weed. To Canadians, what? Is weed illegal? Weed's not illegal in Canada.
The Outlaws are particularly relieved. They may be tough, but this is their first time working with a cartel. Now they'll get paid $15,000 for their services. Scott counts out the cash. He did it. He successfully tricked them. The cartel? FBI agents. The Canadians? Also FBI agents.
What? Wait, what? I thought they would have actually been just dealing with the cartel. So everything was fake.
They may be tough, but this is their first time. Scott counts out the cash. He did it.
No
He successfully
fucking
tricked
way.
them. The cartel? FBI agents. The Canadians? Also FBI agents.
Wow.
8 months later, a hotel in Nevada. Scott's been laying low, coordinating his undercovers from afar.
But what's the long-term goal then? Couldn't they just have busted him right there? Like, are they trying to crack down on the entire ring?
His outlaw friends think he's going through a divorce. In reality, he's been diagnosed as overassigned after experiencing a severe stress-related panic attack. He's been ordered to take a 6-month timeout. He's been teaching during this time. His current class, ironically enough, is called Undercover Stressors. All the students have gone to bed, but Scott's only just returned to his hotel room. It's early 4 or 5 a.m. The drug deal back in November gave the FBI all the evidence necessary to arrest and imprison multiple outlaw members, but the operation has continued. Until today, the day of the takedown. Scott doesn't think he'll hear from any of them again, but then his phone rings. It's Scott Town, and he's concerned. He's heard some arrests were made, and he wanted his friend to know about it. He says he's going to take a shower and gather more information. He'll report back.
And the last words we spoke to each other were, he said, "I love you, brother." And I said, "I love you too." And that was the last words I spoke to him. And probably about 45 minutes after that, a SWAT team hit his house and he went to jail.
In the end,
wow. And he's got to hate him because he knows he's an undercover. Like because there still is some like deep conversations they had with each other.
15 outlaws were...
That's so hard for him. I mean, dude, it's hard for both of them in the sense that it's like now this guy's going to hold resentment against him for the fucking rest of his life.
...arrested as a result of Operation Roadkill. One of them was sentenced to 21 years in prison. Clothesline got 12.5 years. Scott Town, 7. The outlaws never saw their friend Scott Calloway again.
I feel like it's weird that they would reuse the same guy for another undercover mission, no? I know, I'm not saying every gang has an affiliation with each other, but I feel like it's a little risky to reuse the same dude to try and take down a different, group of people.
Ku Klux Klan emerged in the wake of the American Civil War.
Why are we in
From the very
sub-only?
beginning, they were racist to the core, raining terror and death on black Americans. In the late 19th century, they flogged, tortured, and lynched politically active black men, raped their wives, shot their children, and burned their schools.
What?
The Ku Klux Klan emerged in the wake of the American Civil War.
Oh.
From the very beginning, they were racist to the core, raining terror and death on black Americans. In the late 19th century, they flogged, tortured, and lynched politically active black men, raped their wives, shot their children, and burned their schools. Historians consider them to be America's first terrorist movement. Today, the KKK remains active, but only as a shadow of its former self. Fewer members, less influence. However, burning crosses is still one of their favorite things to do, and they've stayed true to their roots. Naturally, as a terrorist organization, they have to act in secrecy. You might assume that infiltrating them as an FBI agent is not the easiest feat.
So you may ask yourself, how do you contact...
Yeah, that's why it's like, I know people say Tom Robb is like the leader of the KKK today, but do you think that there's like other shit going behind the scenes? Because there's no way they're just that forefront about like, hey, this is what we do. Because like all the shit they have to be doing is illegal. There's no way they're just like outwardly talking about it.
The United Klans of America. Well, it turns out the group I was looking at had a hotline.
Scott starts talking to a guy named John Jack, a Klansman whose passion for Jack Daniels earned him this nickname. Scott tells him he's got the number from a group of bikers he met at a gas station. It's a plausible story. Scott looks the part, and his time with the outlaws taught him how to play it. Biker gangs and white supremacists often run in the same circles. Jack starts talking about this rally that's coming up. Vendors, burning crosses, country music, the usual. But there's a problem.
He said, "I'm not gonna lie to you, Scott. I had a band lined up, but the singer just got locked up, and I really don't know what the hell I'm gonna do about music." And I thought, this could be my end. And
He just knows how to fucking sing or play the guitar.
said, "Did I happen to mention that I'm a musician and a singer?" I said, "Well, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll bring my acoustic and my PA system. When I get there, you can come meet me by the car. I'll strum a couple of tunes for you if you think I suck." And he's like, "Oh, hell, this is gonna be great. It's gonna be great."
Scott doesn't know that he just signed up for something far more sinister.
Yeah, bro's gonna be DJing a fucking KKK meeting.
April 21st, 2017.
He have no idea what he's going into.
It's the day of the Ku Klux Klan rally.
I got lost multiple times until I finally drove up on this empty, lot fenced in the middle of nowhere, but it wasn't hard to spot because the Nighthawks, which would be the Klan members in all black, who were the security force, are all standing at the gate.
Wait, what's the difference between the people wearing all white versus all black?
Spot because the Nighthawks, which would be the Klan members in all black, who were the security force, are all standing at the gate with guns. And a lot of these people were felons.
Scott's ready for an interesting time. He's been to plenty of biker gatherings, and perhaps this will be similar. During his mission, Scott will be taught the KKK's constitution and bylaws, studying the Black Klansman Handbook, which he'll learn to refer to as the Kloran. He'll become familiar with the...
Yo, imagine fucking, like, living in the South at this time, and you're, like, really into this girl or guy, and you go over their house, and you're like, you know, I really fuck with this person, and then you just see, like, the fucking, the hood and the uniform, just, like, in the corner, and you're like, you're just fucking immediately ghosting. Yeah, get the fuck out of there. That shit would be like an immediate, yo, I gotta leave, bro. I think I just shit my pants. I'm sorry.
Original mystic insignia of the Klansmen. He'll learn this all in class with a K, so that he can pass the K-Uno test, a prerequisite to getting fitted for a robe. K-Uno stands for character, honor, duty. It's getting dark, and he's been invited to participate in a naturalization ceremony. He has no idea what this means, but all the newbies are doing it. He'd stick out if he didn't. And that's how he finds himself in the middle of a field, blindfolded, holding the shoulder of the man in front of him, a gesture meant to signify brotherhood. They are told to raise their right hands and repeat an oath.
I do swear from this moment forward.
And then they tell us to get down on our knees.
To fostering the welfare of the white race.
So I'm on my knees, blindfolded.
And further the work of America's greatest movement.
They take my blindfold off, and there's a Ku Klux Klan member in a green robe, and he has this sword, and he kind of knights me.
The United Klans of America.
And then we all hug, and there's like a little bit of a celebration, and I'm not sure what happened. And then it hits me as I'm walking to my truck. I'm like, I think I just joined the damn Klan. Yep, that's what that was. So I got naturalized in the Ku Klux Klan that night.
Scott's time at the KKK will end up being relatively short-lived. The case isn't really going anywhere. And there's another group coming into focus, a far more dangerous one.
In the FBI, we started encountering more violent type extremism, not the KKK types. We're talking advanced neo-Nazism. And it led me to...
Yeah, so they're saying that the KKK was really just like a racial group that wasn't doing as much crime as they thought they would versus like newer sparking up neo-Nazis that were actually killing people and blowing stuff up, dealing drugs.
An accelerationist group called the Base.
The Base mission will provide to be far more extreme than anything Scott has ever seen.
The network of violent white supremacists. An extremist group known as the Base.
Violent neo-Nazi terrorist
paramilitary group called.
That's what's so weird is I've never heard of this.
Base.
On August 11th, 2017, crowds of people marched through the campus of the University of Virginia in Charlottesville, chanting racist and anti-Semitic slogans. They were protesting the removal of a statue of Robert E. Lee, the famous Confederate general. The next day, they were met by counter-protesters, and things quickly turned violent. Then they turned deadly. A white supremacist drove his car into a crowd of counter-protesters, injuring 35 people and killing Heather Heyer. For some, the Unite the Right rally was a wake-up call, surprising proof that white supremacy persists in America. To others, it was a grim reminder, and frightening evidence that white supremacists were feeling emboldened enough to come out of the shadows. The first accelerationist...
Holy shit, dude. I've never heard of this.
...group emerged in 2015. They called themselves Atom Waffen Division. They'd been inspired...
And they just fucking go to, like, public places, spew racial hate, and kill people?
Inspired by the writings of the neo-Nazi James Mason, whose book Siege had become a sort of Bible for accelerationists. The book denies the Holocaust and attacks homosexuals and Jewish people. It also calls for organized violence, specifically for the formation of terror cells prepared to wage war against the system. Initially regarded as fringe, or even cringe, accelerationism steadily gained traction. By 2020...
We did a whole video about accelerationism. The idea of accelerationists, though, the philosophical ideology of accelerationists, isn't directly rooted in, like, neo-Nazis or Nazism. It's just, it can be combined or attached to that in certain ways, but just because you're an accelerationist doesn't mean you're necessarily somebody who is racist. You just believe that everything and anything should be done to advance society technologically as fast as possible. Unless this is some offshoot of that.
Roughly 90% of white nationalist groups identified as accelerationist. That same year, the U.S. Director of National Intelligence identified...
Well, yeah, because accelerationism usually aligns with, like, far-right ideas of, like, having no restrictions on most things. Like, it doesn't matter about, like, you know, carbon emissions or any of that. You just want to be efficient and get as much done as fast as possible.
Racially motivated violent.
Accelerate the collapse of society. Yeah, but there's an end goal. Like, it's not just like anarchy. It's like there's a goal that they haven't.
Because her nose started burning. But even after removing it, the irritation lasted for a while. Another person had it worse. The garlic got stuck inside her nose and she ended up in the hospital. Doctors had to suction it out. But people still didn't think the trend was a problem. After all, it looked like it was clearing mucus. That's when.
Okay, if you're putting the garlic that far up your nose that you can't even see it, that's the problem. Holy. Dude, it's literally like, how are you even, like that? I feel like that's just user error. I'm not saying garlic in the nose is like, oh, the way that you unclog your nose, but like, why are you shoving it that far up there?
It was clearing mucus. That's when doctors stepped in and they shut the idea down. They said the mucus coming out wasn't a good thing. It was a sign that something was wrong. Doctors explained that the mucus was a sign of irritation. Garlic contains harsh compounds that can irritate the inside of the nose. The body wants to expel the garlic and its chemicals, so it creates an overflow of mucus to flush out that irritant. That's why so much comes out at once.
The volatiles in garlic can actually burn the mucous membranes of the nose.
Doctors warned it could lead to infections. Even with all these cases and warnings, the trend is still around. Doctors are still warning people to stop. It seems to come back every flu season because it looks like an easy fix. But in this case, this cure can leave you even worse. Up next is a trend that made homeowners fear for their safety. The door challenge. The door kick challenge started in 2021 as a prank. College
juveniles approaching homes in the middle of the night to kick or bang on front doors.
2021 as
yeah, that's how you get some crazy motherfucker to shoot you in the head.
A prank. College students kicked dorm room doors to scare their friends. But by the end of the year, it got worse and spread to neighborhoods. Teenagers would kick the
way scarier. You kicking the door of your friend, roommate, or not your roommate, but your friend that lives in the same dormitory as you, it's like, okay, at most you just piss them off. You walking up to a random house on the street and just fucking banging on the door in the middle of the night, like, you might actually die.
Doors of random houses and run away. The people inside didn't understand what was happening.
Yeah, you get a 12 gauge through the wooden door.
Either a car had hit my house or somebody was trying to break in, which seems pretty stupid since my truck was right here in the driveway.
Most homeowners thought someone was trying to break in, but when they came outside, no one was there. Only a damaged door. Police quickly identified it as the latest TikTok trend.
They go up to this house, and you can see it from the security camera. They go, they kick the garage, they run away, and turns out they actually damaged the garage.
The media picked up the story.
Teens actually recording themselves kicking people's doors, and authorities are worried they could be putting themselves in some real danger.
Homeowners were getting angrier. Some made it clear they were ready to defend their homes.
He didn't think about, there's definitely reactions to actions, and he didn't think about what could have happened. It could have just that quickly gone that bad.
At that point, it was only a matter of time before something unfortunate happened. In December 2025, a teenager in Florida picked the house for the challenge. The door swung open instantly. The good news
he kicked the door in?
Was that the homeowner wasn't inside, but her dogs were. One of them was a Yorkshire Terrier.
Dog dies?
Spooky. With the door open, Spooky ran into the street. By the time the owner got home, the door was broken and her dog was gone. She searched everywhere, but by the time she found her dog, Spooky didn't make it.
Look, this is not a joke. But you guys can't just go around kicking people's doors and not being held responsible for it.
The community was outraged by this. Police launched an investigation. A few weeks later, they arrested the person who kicked the door open. He was charged with felony burglary and criminal mischief. But even after the incident, the trend didn't fully end. New incidents are still being reported. This next trend told people to do something most of us were warned.
That is wild. I don't know, bro. You see stupid shit on social media all the time, though. Like, one of the craziest, it's not even really a trend, but I've seen a lot of people do it, so maybe it is. Have you ever seen the shit where they'll be on like a bridge or somewhere near a body of water, they'll cover themselves in gasoline, light themselves on fire, and then jump in the water? Death speed running, natural selection 101. Those are the dumbest videos I've ever seen. They literally, I've seen this probably like 5 separate occasions. It's usually like a teenager, he covers himself in gas, and he's like standing on the ledge of like a pool or something, lights himself on fire, and backflips into the water. And I'm like, even in that small moment, I feel like you could just get singed. Even if they're wearing like that burn gel, which they're not.
Not to do as children.
I did that. Yeah, it's really dumb. You could have died.
Sun exposure.
You lit yourself on fire willingly.
A TikTok trend claimed you could improve your health in a strange way. The trend was called
sun eating. Oh, I thought it was going to be sunning. When you put your butthole to the sun, that was a trend. That was more of a hippie trend, though. If you just tan your butthole, it fixes all forms of cancer. If you put your butthole to, you got here, dude. Here's what makes the most sense about it. You know, what's the one part of your body that never sees the sun? Your butthole, probably for good fucking reason. So all you have to do every fucking day is you go outside in your backyard and you put your butthole to the sun. It'll then absorb all that vitamin D that you need because it never gets it, and that's good. I like doing that. Why do you do that? No, then you're going to have a burnt butthole. It's going to hurt to poop, and you might get fucking skin cancer. Like
sun eating.
Sun gazing is an ancient Egyptian practice that will drastically improve.
I mean, okay, I don't want to say, again, I don't want to say natural selection, but if you're seeing a TikTok of some jackass like this, 35, with a green screen going, sun eating is an ancient technology that will drastically change your life for the better. This was started over 5,000 years ago, where when people were out of food, they would just stare at the sun to absorb their energy.
Improve your life on all levels, mentally, physically, and spiritually.
People were told to expose their eyes to sunlight for 5 to 10 seconds every day, but only during the first or last 15 minutes of sunlight. Influencers claimed that time was the safe window.
Not only is it safe, but it will improve your eyesight, improve your endocrine health.
Increases penile size. Increases penile size. Staring at the sun on the sunset, or like in the last 15 minutes when it's real bright, is gonna make your dick bigger? Okay.
Improve your sleep cycles.
Oh, you skipped that one. Didn't want to. Dude, this is just like a JPEG image off Google, dude. This is some Pinterest shit.
But it will improve your eyesight, improve your endocrine health, improve your sleep cycles.
By late 2023, the trend was already popular online. TikTokers shared videos trying it for themselves, and they couldn't stop talking about the endless benefits of this ancient practice.
It gives you natural energy, which is what they don't want you to know. That's why they tell you not to do these.
Bro, and they always say they. Who's they? Who the fucking higher lizard beings that are inflicted, they don't want you to know. Yeah, Benjamin Netanyahu. Benjamin Netanyahu doesn't want you to know that if you stare at the sun for 10 minutes, it's going to give you superpowers. Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk.
Some even
they're staring at the sun. That's why he's actually 500 years old.
Claimed it could help with weight loss. Thanks to these claims, this trend had over 70 million views on TikTok. People treated it like a miracle cure. There was one big problem. There was no scientific proof behind any of it.
Helps with weight loss. Oh my god.
Doctors were the first to sound the warning. The main
Oh, wrong penile? Wait, what did it say? Pineal? Oh, that's your brain gland. It was the wrong penile. I thought it was making your dick bigger.
Problem was obvious.
My bad.
Direct sunlight is...
Oh, sorry. Maybe it's more credible then. Holy, oh my god. Wait, maybe it's not a joke. Maybe staring at the sun actually is good for me.
Too strong for the eyes, especially the retina. The retina plays a vital role.
This is like flashbacks to the fucking solar eclipse when everybody was like, on the news station for weeks, every news anchor, don't stare at the sun with your bare eyes. You will lose eyesight. No one listening. 5,000 people that day. Fucking going temporarily blind for staring at the sun.
In helping us see. And unlike many parts of the body, it does not heal on its own. Doctors published articles and made videos to correct the misinformation. But the influencers doubled down.
You've been told sunlight damages you.
I mean, no, there's just I don't want to say like this is obviously like somebody you should have taken advice from, but like this is something that you don't understand is going to change your life.
Your skin.
A cropped image of just people like the sun gazing on what is this, like hieroglyphics?
But sunrise and sunset light actually restructure your cells to operate at a higher frequency.
That kind of message.
Oh my god.
Kept the trend alive. Dozens of people, including grown adults, continued.
Oh my god, Mr. Based, dude. Mr. Based. I see a whole couple of my For You page once every 6 months of him just sun gazing.
Doing it.
Is he still doing that? Oh my god, he is. Dude, it's been like years. Bro, for a minute and a half. Yo, like, actually gonna be blind in 2 years. I would think he's on drugs. If I passed this guy in New York City and he was just staring directly at the sun filming himself, is it not painful? I don't know. 4 p.m. sun gazing. No one has ever gone blind from the sun. What is that? Why is he posting that? Like, what's the content out of that? Just advocating for sun gazing?
The outcome was exactly what doctors warned about. Someone learned the hard way. In 2024, a college student visited an eye clinic. She noticed a blind spot in her left eye. Doctors asked what happened, and her explanation left them speechless. She said she tried the TikTok trend. She was in the sun for less.
Oh, I don't got like blind spots. I got those floaters. You guys got those floaters in your eyes? They're like little gray dots that I can't focus on. I have like 3 of them, and they're about the size of like the tip of a pen.
Less than a minute, but that was too much. Scans showed her retina was affected. Sadly, it was permanent. Her case was later documented in a medical journal. Even stories like this didn't stop the trend on TikTok. More videos kept coming, each one repeating the same promises. In 2025, scientists looked into the trend. They wanted to see if it was as amazing as people claimed. But after all the research, they found no reliable evidence supporting the benefits. But the trend is still around. Every few months, new videos pop up promising the same exact.
I think new videos pop up. 4 out of the 8 of them are Mr. Base staring at the sun in New York City. I was going to say I don't really think this is a trend anymore. I think part of the benefits that people feel is just being outside. Like, you're like, oh my God, it's improving my energy and my mood. This really is a superpower. It's like, no, you're just watching the sunset. No, you're watching the sunset, but you're also kind of like killing your eyes by watching it directly.
Exaggerated benefits. And whenever it returns,
you're just going outside.
New people are exposed to the same risk. Our next chapter is about a community of people who became so obsessed with their appearance, they ignored every warning that came with it. Looks maxing gone too far. This trend started because young men wanted to improve their looks. At first, there was nothing directly obvious that was wrong with it, but some people pushed it too far.
When I heard about it, I was like, this is the craziest thing I've heard since the Tide Pods.
The trend is called looks maxing, but it was taken too far. Looks maxing is a set of methods men use to make themselves look more attractive. Young men formed Reddit groups to discuss skincare, fitness, and fashion. Sometimes members would post photos of themselves. Then other members would point out their physical flaws and suggest ways to fix them. And
bro, and it's like, why are you taking looks maxing advice from a dude with a big chungus profile picture? I mean, it's just like, if you really want like help with this stuff and you're like, oh, rate me, look at this image of me, dude, you're just gonna get grilled by like randos.
Flaws and suggest ways to fix them. And for a while,
actually, some of the people are just saying get a haircut. Like, I don't think that's bad. Short term, change your haircut and do your eyebrows. And if you can, grow a goatee and keep it shaped. Long term, loose face fat and train your neck.
And suggest ways to fix them. And for a while, that's all it was. But for some, basic improvements weren't enough. They became obsessed with their facial movements weren't enough. They became obsessed with their facial structure. They wanted sharper jawlines and defined cheekbones. So they went looking for extreme solutions.
Yeah, people always post a picture of me. I have like recessed maxilla or some shit. Because my side profile, my jaw should be like this. I'm shutting out. Side profiles, oh, brutal.
And that's where things took a turn. Some members of the looks maxing community.
I just gotta walk around like this. That one guy at the bar walking around. Just waiting. Like holding their breath.
He came across a theory called Wolff's Law. Wolff's Law says that bones can slowly adapt when pressure is applied over time. But these guys misunderstood the concept. Without going into any detail, they thought applying force to their face could give them sharper jawlines and cheekbones. Some went ahead and tried it. Starting in 2022, those videos began appearing on TikTok. They claimed it improved their facial features. The videos pulled in millions of views. More people copied what they saw.
Bro, but it's just like, just get jacked, get tattoos, and get a buzz cut, bro. Like that's the take I have. If you, like, every motherfucker's like, oh, should I start bone maxing? No, go to the gym. Go work out. Get in shape. Get a better haircut. If you were balding, shave your fucking head. try and grow a beard, right? Maybe get a dermal roller. Like, I feel like that's like a normal idea of looks maxing. Like, let me improve my beard, get a tattoo, not some cringe shit. Don't get the clock and the lion and the rose like every other fucking white guy has. Like, you know, something that's unique to you. Like, I don't know. Just like change your fashion.
Just like that, the trend took off. By 2023, those videos were viewed over 260 million.
Yeah, I'm getting a sick arm sleeve. Oh, what is it? Oh, it's like a tribal tat, kind of like Dwayne Johnson. Oh, are you Samoan? Oh, no, I'm getting it with a clock and a lion that's just kind of leaping out at you right on my forearm.
Times on TikTok. Some even made tutorials teaching others how to do it. Others posted before and after photos to prove it worked. But even though they made the trend look appealing, the reality was much darker. Doctors quickly raised concerns about the trend. Doctors explained that bones don't automatically heal into better shape. They can heal the wrong way or not heal at all.
You have no idea how your bones are going to rejoin themselves. We have no idea what the long-term implications are.
Bro, and we got the wrong, like, why are we putting this motherfucker on NBC? Like, this is for unks, man. If you wanna get the young people to see this shit, you gotta really post this shit on like TikTok or Twitter, bro. You can't be like on NBC like, hey, maybe you should stop bone maxing. Yeah, everyone watching this is 50 to 90.
They also pointed out something else. The face isn't just made of bone. It has nerves, muscles, and blood vessels. Applying serious force in the wrong place can cause issues. It's surprising that anyone thought this would work. Media reports described the trend as nonsense and insane. TikTok banned it. But the trend didn't fully disappear. Looks maxing influencers are still getting millions of views, and some are still promoting questionable methods. Our next chapter is about people.
Did Dream do bone smashing?
People who thought they found a smarter way to work out, but doctors called it one of the most reckless trends they've seen. Dry scooping.
Oh, dry scooping, not protein powder. What is it called? Pre-workout?
Around 2020, TikTokers came up with a new way to drink pre-workout powder. Instead of mixing it with water, they swallowed it dry. Then they went straight into working out.
If you don't know what pre-workout is, it kind of gets you pumped up, and I don't like to drink it.
They had a reason for doing it this way. They claimed that eating it dry would reach the bloodstream faster. That would lead to more energy and better performance in the gym. The idea sounded convincing to...
Well, no, I don't think it reaches your bloodstream faster. It's just now you're not drinking 16 ounces of liquid. Like, what I usually see people do is they'll dry scoop pre-workout and then with a mouthful of water just swallow all of it. And you got to realize, like, most pre-workouts, the scoops are like this big. You know, it's not like a protein powder scoop that's like, you know, the size of a fucking measuring cup.
People scrolling online, but there was no science.
I don't know. I feel like this isn't that bad. I think that the problem with dry scooping is, number one, it's going to be like, oh, if you choke on it. But more so, if you're dry scooping pre-workout, you're more likely to over-consume caffeine.
Scientific proof that it was better or safer. Despite that, dry scooping became popular.
It's workout time and everyone's been taking a pre-workout on my For You page.
Oh, God,
many people didn't experience any side effects, but for some, it landed them in the hospital. In April,
it's bad for your cardiology. Well, I don't even take pre-workout.
2021, a 20-year-old woman tried the trend on camera. She took a full scoop of pre-workout powder and went to the gym. But during her workout, she felt a weird sensation.
My symptoms were heavy chest and chest pains, but I ignored it and I continued doing my workout.
It continued throughout the day. She was rushed to the hospital and doctors confirmed it was her heart. They told her she was lucky. It was only a partial blockage. They warned that a more severe blockage could have far worse consequences. Her story got a lot of attention online and even on TV.
So this woman ended up in the hospital after taking the dry scoop challenge.
But after that alarming case, the trend did not slow down. Dry scooping became so popular.
But did she have a heart attack because she took too much caffeine or because she dry scooped it? Like, would she have had that same problem if she drank it in a regular, 16-ounce shaker cup?
The researchers looked into it. They realized people didn't understand what they were doing.
Dr. Shanyon says the trend is a bad idea for a number of reasons.
Pre-workout powders contain high levels of caffeine, and dry scooping changes how that caffeine enters the body. Instead of being
What? Learning new shit every day. I didn't know that.
Being diluted, it hits all at once.
You're taking upwards of 3.5 times.
Yeah, I mean, isn't it the same as like a 5-hour energy?
Times the normal amount of caffeine that you would get in a cup of coffee.
That sudden surge can trigger serious reactions.
So they're getting a large portion of caffeine in one setting. When you do that, it increases the blood pressure substantially.
Eventually, TikTok banned the trend. Dry scooping videos were removed from the platform. But once again, that didn't end the trend. People still promote it on YouTube and Instagram, and there is little sign that the trend is going away. These trends prove that common sense sometimes isn't so common after all, especially on the internet. But at least I know you guys are smarter than that. Visual Venture.
That was a WVid. That was a WVid. I didn't know that dry scooping would cause that. I know it's like, oh, the caffeine's going to hit you quicker because you're consuming it all at once. But I would still say it's on the same danger level as like a 5-hour energy or just like chugging pre-workout. Because like if you put it in water and then just slammed it, it's probably the same negative effects. Maybe you're digesting it slower. I don't really know.